Blank Beats Production. Blank Beats Production. Blank Beats Production. Blank Beats Production.
Calling out all my nerds, freaks, and geeks. It's mob time.
Don't tune in cause it's showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap food rhyme, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
Yo, what's up, everybody? And welcome to another Blerd Mob production. I am host Foop, joined by King, Antoine, and Ryan. So as always, make sure you guys follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. We're on Twitter at the Blerd Mob, and you can find us on TikTok and Facebook at the Blerd Mob Podcast. If this is your first time checking us out, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. Hit that follow button if you're watching us on Twitch. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, make sure you like this video and share the page. Also, check out our previous episodes on our link tree at linktr.ee/the Blerd Mob Pod releases. And if you're feeling oh so generous, make sure you send us a donation to our Ko-fi link, ko-fi.com/the Blerd Mob Podcast. So what's going on, everybody?
Hey, we lit. We here. Final live stream of Black History Month. Turn up.
Okay.
He excited.
You know, this has been a nice Black History Month.
It has.
Yes,
We've been having some good discussions, some good discourse. But if you've been missing it, this is our last episode for our Black History Month celebration. This is our 4th episode. We have done discussions on the TV and film industry, the video game industry, and last week we did anime, manga, and comic books. So after you finish checking out this episode, if you missed any of the 3 previous ones, make sure you go check those out. They are available on YouTube as well as our audio streaming services such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. So let's see who we got. We got the Dark Sage in here. What's up, Sage? He said, I'm here and I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Come on in. Get you something to drink. We got waters in the bed.
Sit down on the couch.
Don't have a seat.
We
got Krispy Kreme.
Never say turn up again. Did you say turn around? I thought you said it's lit. Or did you say both?
I think he said turn up.
Turn up.
I think he probably said both.
Oh, he's saying it again.
But I got a question though before we get started. I got a quick question on our Black History Month for us and the people in the comments. How does it feel to be Black? Like, how does it feel to be Black in America in your mid to late 20s? Like, how does that feel? Are you loving the skin that you're in? Like, is it like do
love
you
it
feel
every
like we're
day.
as a community?
Every day.
Are we at a place
to this
where
day?
No, it's a serious question, y'all. For real, how do you feel in your Blackness?
I feel good.
Sage said, "Who told y'all I'm Black?" Ooh, Sage. Well, exit. If you're not,
you can't.
I need you to exit.
I feel good.
What did Uncle Ruckus say? I'm a white man with Malago.
Uncle Ruckus said I got that reverse view.
That's all Sage is.
But yeah, I just wanted to get how y'all feeling as a Black.
I love it
as
though.
A Blerd.
Yeah,
I prefer nothing else.
I like breaking the statistics when people have these expectations, and it's like, oh no, I don't subscribe to that. I broke that one already. That's always fun.
Or being able to, indulge in, I guess, with being a Blerd, like being able to participate in Black culture and nerd culture and being able to mix the two, like that uniqueness that comes with it, and being able to
intersection.
Yeah. Like to be able to enjoy all of this, but still being able to participate in the how we feel about the clothes, the music, the jokes that we make. Like, I be chilling.
Yeah, I feel what y'all saying. I just want to say we lit. Like, Black people are lit, and I love it here. Like, I be trying to imagine myself if I grew up a different race, and I'd be like, I don't think I would enjoy any other one stuff of being Black. No, not trying to be racist on the back end, but I like it here, even though we go through what we go through on a daily basis. But
no tea, no shade.
It got its ups and downs, and I feel like the ups are higher than the lows of the downs. If that makes sense.
Raising the Phoenix said being Black is conflicting. Black is beautiful though, but it has its caveats. She also said, "I'm glad I can say the N word without confidence."
Hey, I'm with you when you right. Portia said I can't say it on the live stream, y'all, but I'm with you when you right.
You said it on the live stream before. It's that other word.
Yeah.
Oh, the hard ER.
It's that other
I
word.
can use the GA. I can use the GA, but not the hard ER.
You used it before.
Can we say boo
Am
jigger?
I?
Can we say that?
What?
Can we say boo
What
jigger?
is that?
Did you just make that up?
The reverse.
I think he
boo
just made
jigger.
that up.
I think you just made that up.
No, the
Say
reverse.
said he just realized we don't say the N word. Yeah, Portia said we can't use those type of
I ain't
words, so
said-
I try
I
to
did not.
refrain from
It's
that
like that,
language.
I
We
didn't
try
say
not to use
that.
profanity in real life.
And going back to my counterpoint, you say it anyway.
But here's the thing: we
King
tried
say-
not to.
King
We
say
tried
it-
not to.
Yeah,
You try not to.
I be trying not to too because I do want to prove to myself.
Ryan,
Well, not to myself. I do want to.
Ryan be like, I don't cuss on the podcast, but watch when we get off this joint. Watch when we get in casual company.
In front of mixed company.
When we get in mixed
when the
company,
conversation
we everything but childs of God.
But you know what I'm saying? Before this conversation can start flowing, the intent is there. I try to subscribe to the culture that our host Foop has established.
Yeah,
gotta
I do
be all
too.
respectful
I
and
do.
all of that,
Yeah, because we could be entertaining without cussing, even though cussing adds that little pizzazz. But
I mean,
a little spark to it.
that little twang, that little southern twang.
But did those answers satisfy you, King?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, we can
Okay.
move on. I just wanted to get everybody warmed up, remind us why we're here.
Since this is the last live stream of Black History Month, what does Black History Month mean to you all?
Okay, so we just asking questions. All right.
It's the last one. Get some
I feel you. What it means to me. I feel like we should be like, no tea, no shade, but we should be celebrated all year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it should just be this month, but since we have this month,
it's like that extra.
We gotta heavy emphasize knock on their heads. Like we was at your door March through January, but when February come, we kicking down the doors and letting y'all know what's up.
It's like January and the rest of the months we was talking, but February we yelling.
Yeah.
Hear me.
Sage said it's the times for companies to pander.
That's Juneteenth now too, Sage. It really moved to Juneteenth now. February ain't even their favorite no more. Black History Month ain't even their favorite no more.
Because I feel like they spend too much money and put too much out. Because a month versus a day, they can pour all that into one day and be done with it. And they're so wrong for that.
Cloth and the colors, and they set it off.
And then the next day, enough of that. What Antoine be saying? That's enough of that.
That's enough of that. Let's wrap that up. Take it off.
Don't wrap that up.
But I mean, with us, with the podcast, we celebrate Blackness and everything that goes out throughout the whole year. But I feel like this month specifically, really putting the emphasis, really bringing it full circle, is what I feel like we've made the month about.
Emphasis on the history too during this month.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a sign that progress still needs to be made. It's not that I want the month to disappear, but I want it to get to a point where we socially are aware and understand the benefits and the effects and the legacies of Black people in American culture to where it's unnecessary, if that makes sense. I want us to get to a point where having a Black History Month is unnecessary because Blackness, Hispanicness, and every other group and racial group in America is celebrated and talked about in all facets of American society.
I see what you're saying. They ain't gonna happen though.
But yeah, that's to see what. I do. I love that utopian.
Ideally,
you just painted for us, right?
Ideally,
yeah. But it's.
Even with us having a month, because I want to touch on Sage's point. Sage said, "Ain't they taking out slavery in some history books though?" Even the fact that we have a month where the history should be emphasized, they're skimming it down.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
we
the stuff
have
you gotta fight
so
for.
so we have to like. That's why I keep saying like this month is like the month of where we really need to be beating on people's head. The fact that you gave us the month, we got to do something with it.
Yeah.
Because you would
And I
think,
also feel like,
black. Go ahead, King.
I also feel like it's a way to remind us that yes, we got a lot of ways to go, and it's a lot that we have going on. We have come a long way, and we are the blueprint for a lot of things. Like
It's
if you
kind of
think about American culture, it is Black Americans that make American culture what it is, and like all the inventions that we invented, like all the things that we contribute to education, like things like that. Like we've come a long way as a community. It's just that it's just some of those bad apples
I feel
that
like
just
it's like
fall
a
from the
progress.
trees.
It's like this is like a progress check. Like we
Yeah.
go through the whole year, we get to February, we're emphasizing that it's Black History Month. Okay, how far have we came? What have we done between 2020 February
Mm-hmm.
2023, February 2024? How much work do we still have left to do?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And a reality check, like yes, it might be hard, but we are the blueprint for
Yeah,
America. I'm gonna be more
getting that
specific for
reminder,
America.
getting that reminder of our roots, our history, things
Mm-hmm.
that we might have forgotten that we need to re-emphasize on. Like we talk of like
Mm-hmm.
these topics that we've been talking on for the past couple weeks. We talk about them all year round, but we've sat down and had some hard conversations, some heavy conversations about things that we usually want to talk about on the podcast. Some things that are relevant from 2023 to 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So yeah.
All right. Now to the celebration.
all right,
He said enough of that.
I
Okay.
have one more. I have one more announcement, and then we're gonna hop into our music industry discussion. So, if you follow us on the socials, and if you don't, make sure you do this after. But the bracket selection for our Pixar versus DreamWorks versus Tuesday tournament has started. The debate question is which animation studio had the best movie? So in the comments, whether you're watching us on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook Live, we have put the bracket selection poll where you guys will be voting and deciding which 8 Pixar movies and which 8 DreamWorks movies will be going head to head on our tournament bracket. The kickoff is next Tuesday, March 5th. We'll be streaming live again and we'll be announcing the final 16. And we'll be moving on from every Tuesday until April 2nd, which we'll have our final round. So make sure you guys tune in. We're going to be having some special guests. And if you were
Mm-hmm.
here for the Cartoon Network tournament last year, you know that this one will be just as chaotic. So make sure you tap in on the social medias, get those updates, and check out that tournament poll. We are currently at 35 responses, which is higher than the amount of responses that we got last year for the bracket selection. So share it with your friends, share it with your family now, and let's make this tournament a good one. So
Run it
now,
up.
moving into our last Black History Month discussion, the music industry. So we're going to start this one the same way we have for the last 3. We're going to go around the room and take some time to recognize some peers and notable Black figures in the music industry.
I want to shout out first and foremost before we shout out anybody else. We got to shout out King, the amazing Black rapper who created the intro to this podcast. We got to shout him out first.
Woo!
That intro is nice, ain't it? Yeah. Y'all should go listen to the whole song on Spotify. It is
Stream
called
now.
Life's Great.
Well, what we got is the remix version.
Yeah, that's coming out soon, and we can talk about that as part of the discussion. Because being an artist, I realize it's a lot, and now I realize when I be getting mad at my face for not dropping music, like with the music. Now I'm on the other side of making music. That's a lot that goes into that.
Now we
So,
in your face. Where the
yeah.
music? Where the music?
Yeah, now y'all in my face. What a sound. I'm like, hold on, like, give me. So I'm now I understand both sides of the
We
coin.
listening to the demo.
Man,
Say said
But
King be spitting.
appreciate you,
Yeah, he
Ron.
do the intro.
Yeah, that's me
that's
on
his
the
intro.
intro. What you just
That's
heard when it first came on, that was me. It
that was
was.
King G.
Like gravy. That's my favorite part.
That's crazy because that's a lot of people's favorite part, and that's just something I said on the spot as I was recording. I was like, I need something to
But
go right
sometimes
here,
that be the best. That be
and
the
I
best
just
part.
said
Some
it.
like the ad lib, the something that you did on the spot. He
Yeah.
said he didn't know that you fully did it. Yeah, look up
Yes, Sage.
King.
I ain't.
Look
Yeah,
up
you can look
King
me
G
up
on
on
Spotify, Apple Music.
SoundCloud's where most of the music is, but I really haven't done it in years. I did it as during the pandemic, we was all in the house bored, didn't have nothing to do, so I used to hop on my phone and make music, and people liked it, so I kept doing it. So,
Yeah. And then I
but I
found
need to
that
pick it
one
back
song that
up.
I like, and I was making a podcast, and I was like, "Hey King, can I use your song for the intro for my podcast?" And there we go.
Mm-hmm.
But the remix is coming out. I know y'all waiting on that. It's coming. I had to rewrite some stuff, and it sounds nice. I had to put in a lot of relevant references from the stuff that we've been talking about, so
Mm-hmm.
it can make sense. So I'm excited.
Just perfecting it. It's all
Awesome.
right.
But to answer the question for our shout outs, I got 3 sets of shout outs. So for my gospel, back when my mom and my dad ain't let me listen to rap and stuff, I got to shout out Kurt Franklin and Mary Mary. The music went hard back in the day. Take the shackles off my feet. So I can... That went hard. That's one of my favorite gospel songs.
Go ahead, boy.
I thought "Live My Life Like It's Golden" was your favorite song, Ryan.
I
No,
thought it was living because I was random
Coach just
thought,
said that one day in college.
random thought. I was walking outside at work and I was thinking about that Kurt Franklin song, and I was like, Ryan's favorite song is one of the Mary Mary songs, and I swear it was living his
it's,
life like it's
it,
golden.
nah, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. That one fire. That one fire. I like that one too though, but that one fire. For my young hip hop age, when I first got into hip hop, I was introduced to hip hop in middle school through Lil Wayne. I think it was between No Ceilings and Carter 4, and ever since then I've been a Lil Wayne fan. That's how I found Drake. That's how I found Nicki Minaj, and I slowly adopted really enjoying folks like J. Cole. And into my real modern music group of artists, the guys in R&B that keep the flame burning, Brent Fayez, Division, Masego, and all of them. I like them as well, and I want to shout out all those folks.
Okay.
I like
You
how
a
you
big
went through
one.
the eras of your life. All right, who's next?
Y'all must
No,
want me to go.
I mean I would like
I
somebody to
just felt
go.
like everybody's eyes went to me, so I guess I go next. I would like to shout out Black women in music. Y'all know I love my girls. If I pull up my playlist, if I pull up King's Melodies on Spotify and just scroll, it's giving Black women in all shapes and sizes. So I'm gonna give a shout out to all the Black women in music. I love my girls, and that's just what it is.
Definitely.
Nice.
I would say shout out to all the legendaries. A lot of music that we have today is kind of like sample. Well, it is sampled off
A lot of
of the
samples.
older music that we used to like we grew up on. It's sampled off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say shout out to all of them because we wouldn't have a lot of what we have right now if not for them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. For my recognition. Fun fact about me: when I was in middle school, I wanted to be a music producer.
Remember that?
But as you guys can see, I turned my life to computer science. But anyways, because I just want to give a shout out to all of the Black music producers like Pharrell, Metro Boomin, Mike Will Made
Timberland.
It, Timberland, Missy Elliott, Babyface, Quincy Jones, like
ATL Jacob.
yeah,
One of the newer ones. He one of the newer ones. ATL Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just shout out to all of the music producers. Fun fact: I don't know if he's still Lil Wayne's producer or not, but at a time, Lil Wayne's music producer was from Jackson State.
Oh, okay.
So
Shout out to you, wherever you are.
I don't know if he still is or not, but at a point in time, Lil Wayne's producer was a alumni from Jackson State. So shout out to the black music producers.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And I'd also like to shout out the folks who are in music, hip hop journalism. Like black folks historically have created a lot of the music that has broken down and created the subgenres that we know and love today. But journalists like Breakfast Club, them folks, Joe Budden, Drink Champs, yeah, it gets messy. It do get messy. It do get dirty, and we recognize that. But those folks are also part of the process that allows these up and coming black artists to get a spotlight, shout them out, and bring their music and their catalog to a wider audience. In comparison to No Jumper, Vlad, and all them other folks who
What
moved
is
off the
say cheese?
industry.
Say
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah. In comparison to them, if anybody's going to talk smack and talk about
Mm-hmm.
black folks and talk about the culture that they celebrate, I'd rather they look like us and we know it's genuine. Just
Mm-hmm.
me personally.
I would
I can
agree.
agree with that.
And to answer Sage's question, producer or engineer, I don't remember which one exactly. I was under the impression that it was producer, but it might be engineer.
Nice.
All right. So let's head into the discussion. So our first question is, how have black artists, producers,
Okay.
songs, music culture, etc. shaped you as an individual?
No, we
Man, she
got
started putting
prompts.
questions on the
Look
screen.
at
Right.
you.
I'm
Who do
like,
you think you is?
yeah.
You were not allowed for this
Budget.
episode.
She
What
got
was
a
this?
budget. This live
Yeah.
stream. Y'all
They
hear
must
me?
have been donating to
Bonuses,
that Kofi link.
If we got
taxes,
some Kofi donation, I was going to say that.
taxes,
Kofi donation.
bonuses, everything. Budget. Okay. Word of the night is budget. She got it.
Now, at that tax break, she put the Blurred Mom on their LLC. That's what she got.
Mm-hmm.
Blurred Mop of
Budget.
50 points. We get prompts on the screen now.
Oh my god.
You said, how has it shaped us?
Yeah.
I don't know. Music and I don't know. The black music. I don't know. You really can't go a day without it. You know what I mean? Every day at work, when I'm at the gym, when I'm just chilling at the house, and I'm studying any type of thing, I always got to have some type of music in there. Hip hop, R&B, even like I don't listen to a lot of like country or nothing like that, but even
You
like
ain't gotta be ashamed.
I don't.
This
But
ain't Texas.
but in the past, there have been country songs that I have listened to, but I don't know. It's just like when you listen to that black music, and it really just you just really vibe with your soul,
Mm-hmm.
and especially like you got your folks like J. Cole. I know a lot of people kind of relate to things like that. So when you hear it in the music, it really just I don't know. It's just that much more for you. It just makes the music just that much better for you. So I don't know. It gets us gets us through our day to day, honestly, or gets me through my day to day.
Yeah.
I
Also,
can
in
agree
terms
with
of,
that.
yeah, like in terms of shaping me, I would say it gives you another outlet for expression. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like when you can turn on some smooth or soulful R&B music and really explore your emotions no matter what you're going through. When you can turn on some hip hop music and turn up right before a big event to get some of those jitters out. Like even when I used to play football, we'll turn on the loudest whatever we could turn on in the moment to just get us lit before the game because it can motivate you. And music is just that. I'll say it's expression. If you want something deep, you want to understand what's going on in the culture, to really get you thinking and everything, like it's there, and I appreciate it for that.
Okay.
I would definitely agree. Like, y'all know, but some people listening might not know, but I did band in middle school and high school. So for me, music was like a second extension of myself, not just listening into it, but being able to live in it and create inside of it, because I played drums. So for horns, you make the composition, you write the music to make it sound like the song. But for percussion, we never had any parts written for us. We had to feel it. We had to see what went together, the kicks, the parts where it's supposed to be the highs on the song, what part are supposed to be the lows, what should the snares play, the tenors play, the bass drums, the cymbals, like all of that coming together, and just being able to experience the music at the same time it's being composed because I always remember when I was in high school, my favorite part, like once we got past competition season, was hearing a song on the radio, or hearing a song, or some new song, or even a song that you've heard years back, and it was like, okay, we playing this, and then hearing what it sounds like and putting all those pieces together. So like even now with me 10 plus years at a band, I still do my little groove. I listen to
She
a new
still got
song.
it.
I listen to a song and be like, oh, the part could sound like this, or I can hear the snares, or the bass doing this. So like, I don't know, music has always been a part of my life. Whether it was like back in the eras where everybody was like the crank that era, or when I was doing band, or like even now, like what Antoine was saying, like I listen to music like morning, noon, and night.
Mm-hmm.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
It
Drop in the
might
chat
be.
if it's my turn,
Oh
guys.
please.
I would say for me, music has always been an escape for me growing up. Like even now today, and I also say music is medicine for me. Like, and when I say medicine, I mean like I guess you could say psychological or mental medicine. Because when I want to put myself in a certain mood, I play a certain song. But music has definitely always been an escape because I always had a vivid imagination growing up. So imagination plus music was always beautiful to me. Because I remember I was
Mhm.
selling food a couple weeks ago. I used to have my little MP3 player with the little tip missing, the USB part exposed, walking around just playing music after school for hours just because, I used to like get lost in it. The beat, the harmonies, the rapping, the engineering, how they stacked all the instruments together. Like all of that was also fascinating to me. So it was just like an escape, place to go, relax, calm down.
Yeah. I like the way like from sometimes for music, for me, I'm able to like visualize a lot of things. It's the reason why I love intros so much. Y'all hear me, y'all laugh at me sometimes, but when I say I love a good intro, when I can put the song and the visuals match the song, and you could really like see it all, like, yeah, love me a good
Mm-hmm.
intro.
Good
We,
intro.
we got a comment from Raising the Phoenix. She said, as a music freak and geek, it literally saved my life. So
Yeah,
I
there's a lot
feel
of people
you.
that have said like music has saved their
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It has music. I'm telling you, girl, it's been music has been the light for me a many of times
I'm
growing
telling
up.
you, your
So
happy
that's why I
moments, your
feel like,
sad moments.
and I feel like I'm so psychologically attached to music. Like I couldn't live with. I listen to music like when I finish this live stream, I do my whole nightly routine and I listen to music. And while I'm doing something else, that's none of y'all business. What's it to y'all? But the point is, I listen to music every day. Going to the gym, even if I got a song stuck in my head when I first wake up, I have to listen to that song for it to leave.
Same.
Like this morning when I woke up with Everybody by Nicki Minaj stuck in my head, I was like, let me go and play this song real quick while I'm making my coffee so I can go and get it out. So,
I dream about certain songs, and then I gotta wake up and listen to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
When I hear a song I like, I gotta play it like on repeat for like 2 weeks before I get past it.
Yeah.
Like when I find that one song that hit, it's like I'm in
Mm-hmm.
the shower, like, run that back. Hey Google, run that back.
Before the song even end,
Yeah,
start that
before
over.
Spotify do that shuffle.
And then it make the hairs stand up on the back of your neck. Like, why
Ooh.
would you do that? Like,
Mhm.
like, why would you do that? Like, sometimes I want to go to that artist and just, why'd you do
Like, why you
You did
like
that one. You did that
why
one.
you
Why you get in that studio
why
and do
you
that?
eat
Why you get in that booth?
that?
like
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to our next question. Our next discussion question is, what do you like the most about Black representation in the music industry? Not you squinting.
I can see, I'm just playing. Y'all gotta keep it
What that say?
entertaining.
What?
Make sure y'all paying attention.
What
What
that
that
say,
said,
baby? Read it. One more.
y'all read that for me.
I can't see. It's too far.
I guess I'll say that I love Black representation in music. Black American music is Black people. Like just like Sage said in one of his comments, like Black people have ties to almost every, if not every, music
Mhm.
genre in America. American-based music genre. I'm not gonna say like music genres that's mixed with like the Caribbean or Asian or stuff like that. Like American-based music genres like pop, country, hip hop, rap. jazz. All of that started with black people bored, black people that needed something to do. That's what it all started from.
Mm-hmm. What would we do
And I
without all
really,
that?
right, like,
Listen to techno beats. What they did on SpongeBob. Boop, 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 boop.
What we gonna do with that? How that's gonna save
Hey,
somebody's life?
I don't know about y'all. I will turn up to some Skrillex, Steve Aoki, and all of them. I'm
Yeah,
not
but I
gonna
can't
lie.
do it every day.
I do.
not every
Not every
Not
day.
day.
every
Not every
day.
day, but
Not every
every now
day.
and then. Every now and then, I will. That
But
feels good.
I would
Yeah.
like,
I
but think
turn up.
about like, because what you're talking about is like sort of along the lines of like EDM and dubstep, and like think about
Mm-hmm.
where that
Mhm.
came from, like New Orleans bounce, Jersey
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
So like that
Yeah.
ounce music is that.
On.
Stem from house
Yeah,
music, you know,
Yeah.
the
yeah,
music they be voguing
Mhm.
to, you know,
right.
Mm-hmm.
So
stem from all of that. So that's what I like about black people and music. Like we are American music, just like we are American culture.
Mhm.
I like I like when it comes to the black representation that the more it expands, the more perspectives we get. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when you talk to your parent, like well, at least my parents, a lot of them still think like it's all just gangster rap, and I'm like,
Hmm.
well, if you go sit down and listen to someone like J. Cole, who I really like when it comes to like relative experiences, when you go listen to someone like Kendrick, who talks about a lot of the black experiences and black trauma, or even if you go sit down, whether you like him or not, go listen to some Childish Gambino and talk about his experiences as a nerd and growing up in the music industry and expressing himself. It's like because we dominate so heavily in that industry and we get more visibility, now we're also starting to see the different experiences and nuance in black culture. So when it gets to that type of representation, I love it. I really like that.
I like that. To touch on Ron's point, like we talk about this all the time. I like that when we have conversations about rap and hip hop. I can't remember what episode we were talking about. It might have been the Mob Awards, but the way that we were grouping certain rappers together because of the vibe and their style, like it's still hip hop, but we done made 5 subcategories with 3 different artists just because of people's flows, the vibe, the way they make the music,
Hmm.
etc. And I just like that we can exist like pop for us or hip hop or rap for us isn't just like one definition. Or it's just like
Yeah.
this, like everybody falls under this umbrella. It's like, nah, when you really get into it, it's you got your Childish Gambinos and Tyler the Creators, your J. Cole's and your Kendrick Lamar's, and then you got your Young Thugs and your Migos, and it's like it's all different
You got
spectrums.
your drill rap from up east. You got your trap music. It just branches off.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, along the lines of that, I know a lot of music is just for the entertainment factor, but if you think about it, like kind of like where it all started, it was like a way to express, these
Hmm.
things that a lot of people had bottled up, like back in the day and type stuff. If you think about stuff Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come, it was
Hmm.
like he's spilling out his soul right now. So it's like
Hmm.
music like that having black artists, it was like it it gets the people to listen, even if they don't know what it is that he talk about. It's like the best, one of the best ways to get people to listen is like through music.
Yeah.
Hmm. I feel that.
I feel that, and I also want to say that, and the fact that our ancestors use it as an escape, and they use it as expression and escape because even just for that brief 3 minute song, you felt like you were like in a different reality. No, you kind of
Mhm.
felt like it was gonna be all right, but
Mhm.
even though it
Mm-hmm.
was brief, they still used it for an escape from their harsh realities when they used to get together and sing the Negro spirituals or have the little
Yeah.
banjo parties in the rundown
Mm-hmm.
shacks. Or
Mhm.
even if you want to fast forward to the battle rappers on the street corners, the one that's out there breakdancing and stuff like that. So it's just that escape aspect that I really
Yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Definitely. And my biggest thing in Raising the Phoenix, and King touched on this, I really like that we have expanded. Well, one, it started with us, but also like how I've been exploring more music. It's like we're everywhere. Like we're in pop music. Like we have artists that do pop music, that do EDM, that do hip hop, that do rap, all over their one discography. I just discovered a uh rock band like a month or so ago, and their lead singer is a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like being able to like dive, I love diving into different genres, and I love diving when I find like one of us diving into that genre and what we're doing with it and what we're experimenting with it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So
100 sign, 100 sign, 100 sign.
all right, anybody got anything else?
What was the question?
What do you like the most about black representation in the music industry?
Darcy said he only listen to hip hop and rap, but other huge artists, other black artists and other genres.
Huge
Of course,
artists,
Sage.
huge. Well, I
Well,
can't. Well, from my
huge is
perspective,
relative. That's the
right?
issue.
That's what
Yeah,
I was gonna
huge is
say.
relatively speaking. Yeah.
Because I guess what I was trying to say, like when I was younger, when I first started listening to music, like given the media that we had, like we watching 106 in Park or whatever, we was getting hip hop, R&B,
Mm-hmm.
back to back to back.
Mhm.
So like basically at that point, my whole discography is hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started exploring like pop, rock. I don't really like country for real.
Yeah.
And there are black artists that exist in those spaces, but from my perspective, I wouldn't count them huge because I don't
Mm-hmm.
consume them
Yeah.
as much as I consume the artists that are in the hip hop and R&B genres.
And even when it comes to like if you was going huge base, because I know you mentioned Drake, but even if you go off of like sales, platinum albums, do they got any diamond? You don't really see much of that in other genres, at least in the current space now.
True.
You
You
don't
don't
really
hear
see that
about those.
now.
I was gonna say
Mm-hmm.
that's you don't hear those stats. Like you don't hear all them pop artists like, oh, so and so song then went platinum, then went diamond. Like I usually hear that rhetoric when it comes to hip hop and R&B tracks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like even when you look at like Michael Jackson was the biggest pop star, it's like we had him, but who's pop now? I know Beyonce dips into it, and so did Rihanna, but they kind of try to place them even in R&B a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you were to go like generic, just pop, just country, just techno, just EDM, it's kind of hard to find it now.
They exist because
Mm-hmm.
when Beyonce dropped those two country songs, I started seeing tweets of here's some other black country singers.
Yeah, like K
Mhm.
Michelle. K Michelle, she has been doing country for a little minute. She's been doing country for a few years. I've been seeing some of her videos. She
Hey,
actually,
Michelle been doing
K Michelle
country.
has a, yeah, she's been doing country for a few years now. Like, and I remember her sharing her experience, comparing her experience at the CMAs versus like the BET Awards. And she was like, she got treated so better out there with the white people. That's basically what she said. Like they rolled out the red carpet for her. Like they had everything prepared for her. Like they really treated her like a huge celebrity, and she was like getting like one award over there. She been doing it for some years, and I think she actually has the voice. Not saying Beyonce don't, but I'm saying K Michelle actually has that Memphis country cornbread biscuit and gravy voice. So when she sings country, actually it fits. I'm not saying Beyonce's voice don't fit,
They gonna come
but
for
K
you.
Michelle, she's
I would
she's been
say
doing it for some years. I
I was
can't get K Michelle that.
I think what I would say about Beyonce, because I'm kind of with you on like not saying that she doesn't have the voice, but we're so
Mm-hmm.
used to consuming certain
Mm-hmm.
music from Beyonce that
Mm-hmm.
like Renaissance when she moved into that, like it didn't feel too different. But
Yeah.
these two country songs feel completely different from the Beyonce music
Yeah,
that
it
I'm used to
does.
consuming.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and the songs don't say I don't like that 16 character song, but that Texas Hold'em song,
16
The
characters.
beehive finna
that
come for
Texas
y'all.
Hold'em song don't sound bad, but it's something for
It
me to
doesn't.
It's
adjust
just
to
that
because that's not the
country.
music that I'm used to
Mm-hmm.
consuming from Beyonce.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so when you categorize artists, because I like the conversation that this could stimulate. When Sage says what is Beyonce and like what genre, do you categorize artists by the genre that they started off at, the current album, their most popular album, or whatever majority of their albums fall under?
I don't
Like,
think
how
you.
do you even categorize somebody like Beyonce if you categorize her by
I
genre?
mean, you
I,
used to be able to do her in R&B, and then she started doing pop. So is she R&B pop? Then she did that
But
hip hop album.
for for me, like I don't identify, like I don't like
Yeah.
put artists into genres. It's just the artist. Like to me, it's just Beyonce. It's not R&B Beyonce. It's not pop Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's Beyonce. She makes R&B music. She makes pop music. It's like it's Nicki Minaj. She's a female rapper, but she gonna give you a pop hit. She gonna sing a little melody, 1, 2. She'll even get with David Guetta and give you an EDM. So that's how I look at it. They're just artists that make different genres of music. I don't like putting like artists in a specific genre because then things happen like we experienced with Beyonce. She released country and we can't digest it because we so used to hearing her.
That's what I was.
Baby, it's you. We so used to stuff like that from Beyonce. And when she go to talk about 16 carries and Texas Hold'em, we lost.
It's just,
so I don't like to put artists in one genre.
And wasn't there like some beef between like Nicki and Lotto when how one of her songs was not seen as rap or something? It got seen.
It was
they said
it was seen as
they said that Lotto's, and I agree with Nicki wholeheartedly. They said Lotto's
was it Lottery?
Yeah, the new song she had out. They said that was rap, but they said Super Freaky Girl was pop.
Oh.
And that threw me for a loop because if you really listen to the songs, they're singing on Lotto's song. Nicki ain't singing on her song.
No.
So I got where Nicki was coming from. It was just the way she approached the situation.
Was it
that went off the wrong way?
Was it who consumed it though? Because a lot of these really like Super Freaky Girl, but how many of these
they did
like Lottery? So did
they
put it?
That is a good way to look at it.
Did they put it in pop? Because a lot of these really like.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it though, and I feel like.
Well, would it be the consumer or the distributors and the folks who actually put that on Apple Music and all of them?
Yeah, because
I
feel like people should put the artist's music in the genre that they said it is
they
for.
Want it to be.
So when Nicki went on live and was like, "That is a rap song that I made for my rap fans," that should have been ended. There should have been no more discourse because she's the person that actually sat down and wrote the song. So how y'all gonna tell her that this rap song that she wrote, that she's rapping 3 verses, is a pop song and argue her down and say she wrong? That's not fair. That's not right. And Lotto can say the same thing. She can say her song was rapped and they both rap Kumbaya Boom. There you go.
And that's why I feel like it's the consumer, because King's example is exactly what's going on with these Beyonce songs. Beyonce specifically said these are 2 country songs.
And they finna put it right in pop.
And the blogs and everything have deemed her songs country influence and
pop songs.
Right. And the country, and it was even a scenario a couple weeks ago where people were calling a country music station to play one of her songs. They was like, "Nah, we don't play Beyonce. This is a country music station."
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you do that, you can't get mad at the folks who just sit down and listen to the music. You got to get mad at the folks in the industry who refuse to accept that artist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get mad at the white folks who listen to that country music station. You get mad at the DJ or whatever for saying that Beyonce don't fit. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. You get mad at them. That's not necessarily the consumer. That's the folks in the industry.
Well,
different suppliers.
That's what I'm saying. They was calling the people at the radio station. The guy who's mixing and sending out the songs.
Yeah, because he runs it. Like, he's the one that needs to accept her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I thought you were saying
they could have played Texas Hold'em though at that.
They could have,
but they gonna put. They finna play.
They
gonna put her in pop.
My thing, what I've been finding very interesting is the way that these music services set up some of this music. Because why is Texas Hold'em in my R&B playlist?
Right.
In my R&B mix, why is Texas Hold'em sitting in the middle of that playlist?
That don't make sense. That don't make sense.
It also shows, I don't want to say it's a flaw because it probably works intentionally, but it shows the algorithm. Like, the algorithm is like, everybody who listens to Beyonce typically listens to R&B. So when we do that R&B daily mix and the top R&B songs, they're going to throw in there.
Oh, they're going to love this one.
But I
feel what I'm saying? and it starts a conversation. How, aside from the artist saying what a genre is, what are like the things you look for when it comes to making a genre for music? The tempo, beat, pitch. What do you look for when you say this is pop, this is R&B, this is rock, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
I think all of that together, the artist's intention, the composition, and the influence where they pull the composition from is where we should. And that's how we should categorize this music.
For the radio stations and these playlists and all of that stuff, it really just comes down to like, okay, say I got this country radio station. for my people, I think the way they do it, they're gonna be like, my people don't really listen to Beyonce. So if I put this on there, it's not gonna get no high rating. So in their minds, it's like, okay, I'm not putting this on there. We don't listen to Beyonce around here. So if I put it on there,
for a business aspect,
ain't nobody gonna listen to it. So we gonna leave that alone. So I think that's how it goes for them.
Fair enough.
But I also was reading somewhere that pop music just means like
Popular music,
like a well-known song. So if they use that definition, a lot of people, I see why they keep throwing Beyonce in pop. I see why they keep slamming her in pop, because by that definition, her songs are pop songs, and it only means that her songs are popular. Literally, the short version of popular is pop. So
but
they can argue that point.
The funny thing is, though, at one point, pop had a sound like that.
That
sound
happy,
from when we
you can
was
play
in
this with your
early high
kids.
school.
Like,
yeah.
What is it? 101?
Why 101?
Why
That's what I'm saying.
101?
It's like this. We can play
That
this
old
for the
Ed
family.
Sheeran, some Bruno Mars songs, like some of that older high beat stuff. That pop did
That's
have
what
a
I'm
sound.
used to.
Yeah, it did have a sound, but I feel like that was rooted in I ain't gonna try to take it there, but I feel like that was rooted in like systematic racism, because that sound was popular to white people. That's popular. That's why it became a normal sound for pop, because that's what they found popular. Now, had pop been to our definition, maybe hip hop and rap would have been considered pop music, because that's what we thought was popular. So I think they set the standard for that sound.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it is
with the
now,
definition.
Because if you want to think about it, like my earliest experience with pop music was
what
like,
was that?
Not we
I don't
shuffling.
know what that is. I don't know what that was.
Ooh, I'm at the bottom. I don't like that.
I was gonna say my earliest experiences to what we deem pop music, or when we say, "Hey, I want to listen to some pop tracks," was like Katy Perry, Lady Gaga,
some Justin Timberlake song.
It's like, can you make a Kids Bop
Spears.
song to this pop?
Yeah. So like,
I put Chris Brown in pop too majority of the time.
but Chris Brown has some pop songs.
He does.
Pop songs, yeah.
So Usher got some pop songs.
Yeah.
I would say when you look at what would they be considered, like alternative rock, like Maroon 5? A lot of their stuff would be pop rock. When you
pop rock,
Maroon 5's early stuff would have been considered rock, and now they later stuff would be considered pop.
And I think that's why they started to put pop in front of everything, because the definition of pop rock.
Because Paramore could be considered pop rock too.
In some cases,
like some of their songs could be considered pop rock, but you go listen to like Ignorance or like Misery Business, and then they'll be like, that's alt rock.
Or if you look at the Black Eyed Peas, some of their stuff could be considered dance or pop, depending on which song you listen to. It's interesting.
That's why I love music. It's so like intricate and it gets so deep. Like there's room for everybody in music.
Like it could go into so many genres, because I wasn't last week, the week before, King wanted to have him a Black Women in R&B night. So we listening, we vibing, and Sweet Dreams by Beyonce came on, and I was like, ain't this a pop song? And he was like, but it could slide because she singing.
Yeah, she tattooed my name across my heart. But it's conflicting, because if you're a lyric listener, it's R&B. But if you're more of a beat listener, it's pop. I think I'm a mixture of both. A beat and a lyric listener. I think I catch the beat, and if I like the beat,
it's a
then
pop
I get into
song because
lyrics.
she started crumping in the video.
Hey.
But would you consider Diva a pop song too? Because if Sweet Dreams a pop song, I think Diva, Single Ladies.
Yeah. Video Phone.
But then when we get into Single Ladies, because I don't video phone, but see, then it gets stick to Single Ladies. They don't get pop to me, even though the beat is upbeat. They give upbeat R&B.
I mean, up tempo R&B.
Yeah,
up tempo R&B.
What I would consider up tempo R&B, I would put like T-Pain kind of up in there for up tempo R&B from some of his older songs.
Yeah.
Because usually, and maybe this is the way I think, when I think of Black women in pop, the first person I think of is Rihanna. I don't know why. Black women in pop, Rihanna. Like if you compare Rihanna's catalog to Beyonce's catalog.
Rihanna came out with Unfaithful, which you could consider R&B, but Please Don't Stop the Music, Pon the Replay, SOS,
Yeah, no question
What's the
Umbrella.
about
one I
that
was
song.
listening to? What's the one I listened to today? A beady body, baby. What's that song called?
Yeah.
That came on the gym, y'all. That's a good gym song. I'm telling y'all.
Breaking Dishes, Shut Up and
Where
Mm-hmm.
Drive,
Where Have You Been is more so into the dance genre, but it
that
kind of
like
got a pop.
EDM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want Rihanna, yeah, got more pop than R&B
Mm-hmm.
for
So that's
real.
why I feel like it gets sticky when it comes to Beyonce because I guess we're so used to her singing, like,
I'm
and
just
she
saying the
don't
way that
sing
she
whatever what
started.
beat.
But I'm just saying the
Yeah,
way
she
that she
started
started, like
R and
how
B
she
heavy.
came in, like when she came in with Destiny's Child, and then even when she went solo, like that whole Dangerously in Love, like you, that's an R&B
Mm-hmm.
album.
But you
Yeah.
would say she a rapper too?
Hey, I like. I'm a. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't been
Queen
listening to much.
bee, want no smoke with me? Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I really got in
I
my Beyonce bag with that Afrobeats album she had because I ain't never listened to
Black is
Beyonce like that.
King.
Black is
For real.
King.
I was
I
bumping
think
that
I
for
want
the
to go
first day.
back and get into that. I think I'm gonna go back and get that a
I
chance.
I did.
I
Yeah, I
think
did
I'm
like
gonna
that one.
think I'm gonna
I
go back and
I
get that a
think the thing about
chance.
Beyonce, and I like that, like I said, I love that we have like these artists that are diving into these different genres. And what I like about it in terms of Beyonce is that she broke out of that box. Like I feel like she felt like we were used to her putting out R&B, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, let me go do some pop, let me go do some Afro beats, let me go do some country, let me dive into house. And I really love, and I'm not saying that none of these other artists do it, but you could really tell that she does her research, and she really takes the
Mm-hmm.
time to craft out and go into these genres that she wants to explore into.
I, and I
Mm-hmm.
and I don't say this to discredit her, but I do think it plays a part. She also has a large enough audience to where if a big chunk of them don't like the album, enough people like her enough to where it could still go platinum just off listens. You know what I'm saying? Because Beyonce has, I would say, transcended to that level of artistry where she can do whatever she wants at this point.
Yeah,
If
she
we
done did
being
it all.
honest,
So that's why she
Yeah.
like,
country now. Let me dip my toe in this country
like,
music. We ain't did that yet.
it's
I
not too
and
many
I
artists
would
who keep
agree,
their
and I would
audience
agree,
after doing some changes like that.
and I don't take it as disrespect, because when Beyonce said she dropped 2 country songs, first thing I said is I don't listen to no damn country music, but I
And the
listened to
second thing you
it.
did was
And
what?
the second thing I did, but the second
Well,
thing I did was sat down and listen to them 2 songs.
this ain't Texas. We don't hold them. That was the
So
second.
I'm not. I don't take it as disrespect. I really
Yeah.
think like Beyonce like ran 2 country random songs in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like
In
who
the
Yeah,
else
Super
do
Bowl,
that
you
was
yeah.
know could
random.
do? Like who else do you know? People
Hmm.
stop watching the Super Bowl to go listen to the Beyonce songs. Like how many people do you
Mm-hmm.
know can do that?
It's only a few artists that have that much pull. Like we know who they are, but it's only like one hand who can actually do stuff like that.
We saw a
So be,
1-minute Verizon commercial and my TL was in shambles.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they cut up. She cut up.
So no, I definitely agree with that statement.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
But even then, and I want to, because we have been talking about a little bit of dislikes, but just to really like slide into the conversation. Our next discussion topic is, what do you dislike the most about Black representation in the music industry? And my first dislike is not specifically to Black representation in the music industry, it's the music industry specifically, because even though we just had like this conversation about Beyonce and understanding her pull that she has on the industry, they still don't give her flowers.
Yeah,
I respect that. My In terms of my one dislike, and I don't know if this is representation on the industry, but hip hop culture is immediately tied to the Black American ethnicity. Like when people talk, say hip hop culture, half, if not 75% of the time, it's always Black culture is like the sub sound that you hear. Like that's their understanding of what they're saying. And I hate that we get put into a box. I hate that we get put into a box of, oh, we're all ghetto, we're all ratchet, we're all this. When from my personal experiences, majority of my Black friends, my circle, my network, the folk I saw at Jackson State don't even fall into those boxes. I don't think that's just an issue on the black artists who make the music per se. It's more so people's interpretation of that music. But I hate that, if a black professional turns on some hip hop, they got to turn it down when they get on the parking lot because they don't want to be seen as ghetto by their coworkers and they don't want to be put into that box. That's probably my biggest dislike when it comes
I'm
to
a
black
boom, boom.
representation.
I ride up to my job, listen to
boom.
Boosie sometimes.
I'm a boom boom into that parking. I be listening
Y'all
to
gonna
ride.
love me.
Y'all gonna hear me ride till I die. Parking lot.
I turn it down before I open the door, but when I come in that parking lot,
You gonna hear me.
Boom.
But I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying though.
Yeah. I mean, I just like.
I get what you're saying. I mean, hip hop. I mean, black people created hip hop, so it's kind of hard not to do that when you say hip hop. Just like with country, even though black people created country, like when you think of country, you think of who? Dolly Parton now, because it's so heavily tied to them. Even though black people started it, so I think it's gonna be hard to get away from when you think of hip hop.
I think it goes back to what we were saying at first of like when hip hop was coming, there was so much expression and so much things going on at the time where hip hop was coming up in. So it's like I understand like we don't want to be put in a box, but it's like there's so much that we've done and expressed through hip hop that it's like you that's where we tied into.
It's like it just seems like people's perspectives and opinions on hip hop are overly generalized though. Like if I was to say, like I ain't grow up on the streets, I grew up in the suburbs. It is what it is. I like 21 Savage. I ain't experienced nothing 21 Savage talks about. But if someone had to tie my experiences to say an artist, it would probably be more closer to someone like Childish Gambino or some of the songs that J. Cole dropped when it came to just regular life experiences. But if I'm playing some hip hop and you hear some 808s in the background, they're gonna look at me and be like, "Look at this gangster." And y'all, my black friends, are gonna be like, "Ryan does not fall into that bubble in any way possible."
My friend just like good beats.
I don't even know the lyrics to half the songs I listen to. Y'all know that I just like a good beat half the time. So it's like to be put into that bubble. That is the issue that I have when it comes to black representation in music, because people don't realize we're represented in all other facets, but this is the only genre, and it's not even the current genre, it's old gangster rap genre that y'all even tie to black people. I don't like that.
And I think the answer to that, Sage's comment I'm gonna put up here, he said that's because that's what the media pushes.
I need more representation in media to stop pushing that. Personally, I need us to show that we're more than that.
Because that just goes back to my dislike of when we do expand into different genres, we don't always get like the recognition for it. Like if we just want to talk about like Chloe when she was coming out and she had those couple pop hits, and then she was doing R&B, it was like they throwing her stuff in the R&B category, even though her songs could be considered pop music, but they're pushing that this is R&B. They're pushing that this is R&B, and she's like, "Nah, this is a pop song." So when it comes to us exploring those other genres, we don't, unless it gets popular, we don't get recognized that we're making music in those genres.
But if you get too popular, like Miss Beyonce, that's all they're gonna put you in every time you drop something. So I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You ask for it, they're gonna give it to you. Now you're stuck with it.
And I want to combat Sage's most recent statement when we talk about the one about how he says that's because that's what the media pushes, and Ryan, in order for that to happen, we have to show love to more lyrical life rapping rappers. Here's the funny thing: one of our biggest rappers right now, whether we want to throw him in a pop or whatever, when we look at Aubrey, when we look at Drake, he don't rap about no gangster stuff. That man living on a $50,000 mattress. And he talk about having a good time, started from the bottom, and talk about he don't mess with broke boys, sounding like he like boys. Like, come on now.
Hey, he did make Knife Talk. He did make Knife Talk.
And the best part of Knife Talk was 21 Savage. Gang. That's all I'm on. The
Just
best
say
part
the
of night
word, Ron. Damn.
No, you just said you didn't want to say the N word, but now you want me to cuss. So pick side. Pick side.
Oh
It's
my
all
god.
right. It's
It's
all
all right,
right.
baby.
Side.
If gang shit is what you're on, Ron, that's okay.
But
That's all he know.
but that's what I'm saying though. The thing is, Drake is someone who's never seen as a threat. Is what I'm saying. He's never seen as that. But the
Well, I
opinion and the
feel like
perspective of hip hop is still that ghetto stuff.
I feel like it's another reason for that though.
What's your reason?
Cause Drake is light passing. Cause I feel like cause bringing up Sage's point, he brought up Big Crit. Let's just say
Fair.
in a different world that Big Crit and Drake make the same music. Who do you think they would latch on to the most?
It's already an example like that now. Drake and Soulja Boy. And who got more popular?
Yeah.
Drake. If you listen to a lot of Drake's earlier music,
Yeah.
guess who he beat on the way in the game? He beat two people, Wayne and Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy had receipts to the interview when he said that.
He did.
So that's happened. So that's happened before our eyes with a more light-skinned person was pushed to stardom versus, the dark skin. But I guess that's another conversation. Drake also had a lot pushing behind him, Wayne them, Birdman them.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just when we see the rise. Like I know Sage brought up the rise of lyrical rappers, but like when I was at a festival like Day in Vegas, and we're looking at the crowd that Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and all of them drug in, and Tyler the Creator, and all these rappers that go outside of I'm rapping about my hood experiences and all of that. All them folks in that audience were white and a little bit of Latin and a couple of blacks.
Not a little bit of Latin.
And all I'm saying is we have pushed these artists so high, yet for some reason the stereotypes and the perspective of hip hop has not changed yet. They've been big for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest. Who's the biggest gangster rapper now? Now we got the mumble rappers who talk about lean and codeine and all the Future and Lil Wayne's little kids that rose up on SoundCloud and now they gone. But like, when was the last time? Aside, I guess 21 Savage is the one person, but who's the other? I'm from the hood gangster rappers that's like on that scale right now.
I mean, I guess 21 Savage don't count because he grew up eating crumpies and tea.
Yeah.
he UK.
They didn't know that at first.
He UK.
When it comes to gangster rappers, I don't know.
Sage said it depends on how you see gangster. But I guess, are you coming for the perspective of gangster rap of like what we used to listen to, like when T.I. and Young Dro and Crime Mob and all them was making music?
Something like that, yeah. And how that perspective of, oh, we all sacking our pants, we all just some debaucherous ass people who can't get nothing together. Like, why does that seem to still be the overwhelming perspective of hip hop, even though it has grown from that for years? That ain't been like the popular side of hip hop and rap for honestly 10 years now. But I just feel
like it goes back to Sage's thing, is that's what the media is pushing. Like we've said this multiple times throughout the stream, that there are different layers to hip hop. But if this is the image, but if it's that one image of hip hop that they're pushing, that is that one image, that one stereotype, that is what they're going to look for when it comes to exploring hip hop.
I feel it. I just dislike it.
I feel it.
Because who's pushing Tyler the Creator? Who's pushing Childish Gambino?
Childish Gambino gave up on y'all. He said, I quit. He said, I'm just going to stick to pretend.
It's fine. I'm still listening to 3005.
Me too. He dropped that Bonfire song, Oakland, and a few others, and said, I'm done now.
But I mean, that's all I'm saying. Right. Say said, I think yo.
Jay, you just been going off of them comments.
He mad.
Got mad at me. I knew this was gonna be the episode that we disagreed on some things. I don't know why ain't nobody. I mean, here's the thing.
I feel you, Sage.
Nobody ever introduced me to Nas for real.
I told you I didn't start listening to hip hop till middle school. Locked in the room listening to Kirk Franklin and Mary Mary.
I wasn't locked in the room.
Living your life like it's
My-
golden.
Break them shackles so he can dance. Break them shackles so you can listen to
Living
God.
I had my mom had that Yin Yang Twins album, the blue one that had Salt Shaker, nagging and all that on her
Not with the one
radio.
with whistle
She
while you
was getting
twerking on
lit.
it.
Yeah, she had the clean version. I'll listen to that.
Oh,
Clean
And
Not the
version.
clean version.
Ooh.
We don't do
And
clean versions in this house.
and when people used to burn music on CDs, my cousin made me a CD that had that My Band by D4L song, Roses, and Dirt Off My Shoulders by Jay-Z. And I didn't even realize that was Jay-Z until I got in like high school. I was like, oh, I like Jay-Z.
I would give my pops this. My pops made sure, whether it was intentional or not, he made sure I got introduced to all of my hip hop experiences come from my dad. R&B is from my mom. Like the reason I listen to Destiny's Child, Beyonce is my mom. The reason why I listen to Kanye, Jay-Z, Nas, and then everything coming up after that with hip hop is because of my dad. I know Graduation from top to bottom because my dad bought that CD and played that jump from top to bottom wherever we went.
So I have a question for y'all. I don't know if you was going to dip into it with your prompts, Foop, but there's obviously a lot of social political discussions about how certain music gets introduced to kids. And I know some of your favorite artists are obviously the ones that are always plastered on the wall. And I could plaster ones from years ago before those artists that people really complain about, but social media, intensifies them. Do you feel like there should be a time and place for when you introduce certain songs, and especially when it comes to hip hop and rap, to children?
I think
And
what's going on is that because I see where you're getting at, and I see the argument all the time. Like, let's just talk about when WAP came out. Them folks was livid.
that was their favorite
They
one to
was.
talk
Them
about.
folks,
They ain't care nothing
them
about them
folks
kids.
was livid when WAP came
Mhm.
out. But we've heard songs along that caliber when we were younger. But the thing is, though, in this day and age of music streaming, I feel like people have stopped making clean versions. Like you really can't find clean or edited versions of certain
My
songs.
fave do. My fave still make clean versions.
Some artists do, but some of them, some don't. So like,
Yeah,
you
some
can like,
don't.
there are artists that have full albums and it's all explicit, but because streaming services is so common and everybody can have Spotify and everybody can have Apple Music and everybody can have YouTube Music, it's all it is the explicit. But back in our day, we get on, it's my dad made sure I had the clean version on that MP3 player.
Yeah, and it wasn't as easily accessible either. I mean, like we hear it on the radio, and if it's on the radio, it's gonna be the clean version. Or you get your first iPad, not your iPad, but your iPod or your MP3 player. I remember I had the little radio thing on my side and had the headphones on it. So I mean, it's more easily accessible now. Like the young kids, they like 5 years old. They got cell phones. They get on YouTube. They can listen to what they want to listen to because the parents ain't gonna put no parental controls on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, they gonna get access to it, and then they gonna complain about it.
And I agree with Dave that WAP was like way in your face.
I don't really agree though. Like, I'm just thinking about all the songs that I listened to that was explicit, and I stand on. I'm down this hill. We have to teach our children discernment.
Yeah.
No, I listen to all those songs. Like, I was listening to Trina. Trina said in one of her songs that she could fuck again. She'll be fucking by the time she's 10.
And back then, I didn't understand none of that stuff.
Right, like all them explicit songs I listened to growing up by Trina, Kaya to my neck, my back, lit my pussy, and my crack. I cuss for you that fool. I cuss for you that time. Like, why? I feel like WAP, yes, it was explicit, but in my opinion, it was a walk in the park to what it already put out before. And I feel like we should teach our children discernment. No, yes, there's a such thing. Yes, you have a vagina, but don't mean give it to everybody. I think that's where our focus should be, teaching our kids judgment. Because it gets to a certain point where we can't really control what they consume. Because when they go to school, when they go off to college or things like that, when they hang with their friends, they gonna hear and see stuff. So I think it's our job to make them aware and teach them discernment on when you approach these things, know what's good and bad, know what's right and wrong, know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. I know you heard this on the radio, but at 13 years old, ain't no hoes in this house at 13. We know that.
And to just even touch on that point, like even with like social media, I know that there are certain states putting out laws like where kids certain ages can get on social media. But even when the song, is promoted on social media, it's still the explicit version.
And that's why I support both of y'all points. I agree with a big portion of both. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest with the clean versions. We was playing Soldier Boy in elementary school, but here's the thing: it was Soldier Boy up in this. Oh, I didn't even know you said "ho" until until high school. If I'm being real with y'all,
I ain't gonna lie. In my school, we told them to cut that off. If you want to play no explicit version, we don't want to hear that. Like we don't grew us the vibe. Like as soon as we heard, oh, with Soldier Boy, cut it off. We don't want to dance about. Like,
but here's what I'll say though. I do feel like parents should have discernment, but I also feel like you should also understand your child and know what to and not expose them to. And I also don't feel like teachers should expose kids to that. I feel like if a parent wants to expose their child to that type of music, then go ahead.
I don't think when King was saying school, I don't think he was talking about teachers. I think he was referring about his peers.
Yeah, like, they played the clean version. We was like,
because we don't want to hear that. To go to your life experiences, Ron, like you said you weren't listening to hip hop until you got in middle school when somebody burnt you a CD. So got
my cousin burned the CD for me in like elementary. I had an MP3 player in middle school.
Okay, but I think what King was just saying is that you could still hear that music from your peers. Like, yeah, we can lock you down at the house. You know, when you come in here, we don't listen to that. But if you sit on the bus with Miss Girl and she give you the other earbud,
right? And now we talking about that. But see, that's when that discernment kicks in because your child might vibe to it, but she'll like, I can't pop my coochie like she said because my mom said that's not good at my age. That's what the discernment kicks in. She's still vibing, but she not, getting into it.
Yeah.
Sure, but I would say there's an age for that. If you look at psychology, when a child is still developing, I would call you a bad parent if you play some 21 Savage or Sexy Red or WAP or Future for a 10-year-old. Psychologically, they ain't developed to where they can even develop their own mindset and say no until 12. Like, I would say there should be a hard cutoff, personally, before certain music can be exposed to a child.
I mean, you would want that.
And I feel what you're saying, and that's where the other side of the argument
you can only control
because we was in middle school listening to Bed Rock.
Right.
How old were you in middle school? Because I technically should have been a grade ahead if my birthday was earlier.
But I'm just saying we was like.
I remember being in 7th grade. I was about 12.
That's what I was gonna say. 7th grade.
I was 12 or 13 then, though.
But even if we go back then, Yin Yang Twins, the Whisper song.
But that's why I said I agreed with both of y'all. Even for that, I heard the clean version. I didn't hear raw music, or no, the right term is explicit music, until after I was even out in middle school and more developed. But now, where I see people having these discussions, the issue is, I don't think if that WAP is being played to a high schooler that people is mad. But when you look at some of these little girls who look no older than 8, I'm like, ugh, not my kid. My kid wouldn't be able to hang out with the kids that's playing that at 8. And they ain't got the clean version, like you just said. They ain't listening to the clean version.
They ain't got the
and if a teacher is playing that, that's when I'm disappointed into the teacher, because why is that even your focus at this point? These kids can't even read on the 3rd grade reading level, but they can rap some I don't even know the lyrics to some of these songs.
Not a musical genius.
Ryan, I agree with what you said. I agree with you.
Not a musical.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can only control that to a certain extent. Yeah, only way you could 100% fully control what your child consumes, you got to keep them in the house. You got to homeschool.
Well, they got
in the house.
Well,
you got to be in the house. Even off social media, like Portia, you got to stay off the apps. Like
all of that.
Well, I'm saying they have because social media is so easily accessible, and then going back to say my point and what Sage just brought up, like streaming being accessible, they do have the resources for you to keep tabs on your kids. I just think that it's not as locked down as it used to be, like how Sage was saying, like how we used to have to go to the store and buy a CD or listen to the explicit version. Like most of our music consumption came from the radio, or if you were blessed enough to have a MP3 player, because everybody ain't had no MP3 player.
They were kind of expensive at some point.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody ain't have no.
That's how many figures I got.
But I'm just saying that's.
But I also feel like and I understand like we should. I kind of feel like we kind of take away from the parents' job because at some point it's down to the parents. Like your children will be exposed to some stuff. So like a lot of parents these are saying, don't let my child listen to that, like, because my child gonna do this and that, but are you doing what you need to do with your child at home to teach them, to instill in them, again, those morals, those values, those codes of life, that good judgment, and if your friend pull out a crack pipe after the football game, don't put your lips on that crack pipe, like, things like that.
Prepare them for if it does
You prepare them for when you do hear wow, you ain't got to go in the bathroom and reiterate what they was just talking about in that song. Like that's my
wet
point.
ass what?
Right,
and, and that's the thing. I fully agree with you on that.
So I feel like it's a two. I feel like it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand.
I fully agree with that. I feel like the first person it starts with is the parents. But I also feel like when I put my child into the hands of these teachers shouldn't be the ones exposing my kid to this nasty music and they 7, 8, 10 years old.
And I would agree because our teachers weren't doing that. You remember Miss McGee? You walk in Miss McGee
Miss
classroom.
McGee wasn't playing.
Singing some WAP. You go into the principal's office. You going home.
I do agree with, though. I've seen some videos on TikTok and Twitter where the teacher has remixed the song to make it a learning experience for the kids. Now, I did like that because you understand it's hard for these educators. They got to meet these kids where they at. These teachers got 30, 40 something children in their class. If remixing WAP to help them learn multiplication in a clean way is what's going to help them remember their timetables, get in here, your bell ringing, recite the multiplication WAP song that we learned last week.
If you know they've been exposed to it already.
My counter argument to that, though, is maybe it's a little discernment on the teachers as well. Is this the song that I should be remixing to get my point across?
Exactly, because at the same time, just like there is a WAP, there are still other chick ching bang bang songs on TikTok that ain't got no lyrics. That's all nice and fun.
But I feel you on that. But you gotta listen. But some of them kids don't want to hear that. I've seen videos where teachers put on songs from Coco Melon. What's the little black girl with the ponytail?
I'm not saying
the children don't want to hear that. They want to hear Stacey Red them. So I feel like we should meet them with it. Let's remix Pound Town. And talk about
it don't gotta be
angles. It don't gotta be about sex. Just the beat. The beat and the cadence is what they like. Them children don't know what the hell Sexy Red stand for real. They just know the beat and the cadence make them want to move. So how about we add something Let's add something constructive to that and meet them in the middle. So now instead of listening to the real Pound Town Mama, let's play the Pound Town my teacher taught me. And now she want to hear Sexy Red. She want to hear about adding division. So I just feel like we should meet them where they at.
Yeah. With my salary, my kid ain't going to that school in the first place. But if they did, if my kid come back, you gonna put your children
in private school? Mine going to public. I need mine to be exposed to all.
I know there's a thing. There are nice public schools in nicer areas. That are still public schools.
I don't blame you for not liking it, but it's like King was saying, like if they have already been exposed to it, it's like as a teacher, like what am I gonna do with
it? Like that, but I feel like on some end they might be assuming that as well. Because how do you know that all 40 kids in the classrooms listen to
they come in and sing it probably.
All 40 of them?
Okay, maybe not all 40 of them, but the rest of them don't hear it.
But the point that I'm getting at is that I agree. Meet them where they at. Do what you can to get the children to learn. But I feel like what we're getting at is that I don't feel like if it's a 40 kid classroom, all 40 of them kids ain't heard this song. So now we done remixed the song for timetables. Now they turned around and listened to the regular version.
And what about respecting the parents? Because like at the end of the day, Sexy Red is probably the most divisive person you can probably play for them group of kids. Okay, so 5 of them kids walked in singing my booty hole pink and brown or whatever it got bumps and stuff up on it. Yeah, about 5 of them little nasty girls walked up in that class saying it, but the other ones didn't. So now you're going to expose all 40 of them kids to that beat. So when they hear it in the distance and it's version,
so if
they try to explore it.
Okay, so if they haven't heard
that, I feel like you should pick a song that's popular. But these cheering on these social media apps. Every video I see of Ice Spice, Sexy Red, any of them playing, them cheering is turning up from Head Start on up to middle school. That's all the videos I've been seeing with the little kids. They love like, and I just stand on like these kids don't understand what they be saying. They just like the beat. They like to get up and shake their hips. So you think you the shit. You're not even the fart. They think that's funny. Like they hear fart and laugh. They're not really digesting what the hell Ice Spice saying to them. And I get what y'all said. We shouldn't expose kids to that. But like, if it's a popular song and that's the way to meet your student in the middle by remixing that popular song that happens to be Sexy Red Pound Town, and 37 of your 40 students know this song. We finna remix Pound Town and learn the time so everybody can ace their test Friday. Yeah, you gotta analyze your class.
Because I can say back in my middle school, had new songs coming out, they was gonna be listening to it. Even if I did not know that song, I was gonna hear it. We
ain't learned no timetables to bedrock. We ain't learned none of the bottoms up. We ain't learned none of the hello, good morning.
But have we done it though? Imagine a state's name of your 50 state songs to the hello, good morning beat, and you rapping that instead of Nicki Bird. Like, what do y'all say? If only we was presented that. They didn't present that to us growing up, so that's why it seems so foreign to us. Using media in the classroom, that's foreign to millennials.
I'm gonna show you what Miss Henderson did in first grade. January, February, March, April, May. That's what we thought. That's what we learned.
And them kids gonna roast your ass in there. Them kids gonna roast you. The way they gonna play you. I'm telling you, I follow so many teachers. I follow so many teachers on TikTok. I'm on teacher TikTok, education TikTok. I follow a lot of them, and they all have this. Them children are different breeds. They ain't nothing like us. They're different.
It's different.
So children ain't playing. You got to. We got children in there that.
It's not that the kids are different breeds. The parents are different.
The parents, yeah, come on.
The parents don't give a shit. That's the
don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit. These goddamn parents don't give a damn.
Y'all got me hot. Y'all got me hot.
But yeah, just Foop, I know we done went off on a little tangent, Foop, but you know, this is a conversation.
Y'all got me hot. Go to the comments.
Say said, man, Foop.
The way he said it, though, show you
she
with their finger.
Y'all know he.
Country ass.
But no, I feel it though. I feel like we should assess because these children, these parents are different. They're different. It's different. Like I would love to be a teacher, but it's different because when you walk in, you hear Nikki, we rapping Itty Bitty Piggy, and we naming all the colors in Itty Bitty Piggy. And if you don't like it, put your child in another class. We gonna have to do like.
I see where y'all coming from. I think all of it just comes back to my point that explicit at this point all that we got is explicit music.
Yeah, that was the original point.
There are some artists that do clean versions of songs, but like at this point in the age of streaming and social media, everything is explicit.
And now that I'm thinking about it, basically what we was just talking about, like introducing them to that music in the class, but like transforming it in an educational manner. It's kind of like not educational, but Kids Bop does that. Like if your kid ain't heard this song, they gonna hear that beat through Kids Bop. But everybody looks at that as it's okay because the lyrics have been changed.
And then I heard Kids Bop. The girls on the second song, I get the shoes with no box in it. What do you mean? This is a Kids Bop track 7. What shoes are you getting with no box in it?
I feel like, but do you feel like the people who make Kids Bops don't understand the lyrics?
I just feel like they just pick popular songs and make them cheer and sing. Hold on. Some of them songs that make them kids shine. So when I listened to that, I was like, y'all didn't catch that.
But
some of them songs they make kid friendly.
But this is the difference though, because WAP is on Kids Bop, but they changed it. But let me finish. They changed it because, like Sage's point and what we were just saying, WAP was kind of like all in your face with it. But Ice Spice line you just brought up is it can slide. Like if you don't think about it, it slid. It slid in there.
I lose everything before my man. I'm on the beat going Super Saiyan. I'll let my kid listen to that. My kid can listen to that. But just take away the man part.
I thought Antoine left.
Why you keep shuffling?
It's something with y'all too.
It's him.
I'm not. It's
He
you,
no,
Antoine.
because
You
you
didn't
started at the top.
leave.
You
You
just dropped
started at
off,
the top.
Antoine.
I didn't drop
Antoine,
off.
yes, you did. See, y'all trying to put that on me and you dropping out.
So how you get down here to the
I
bottom?
don't know. I'm gonna say
Because you
this.
keep dropping out. Every time you drop out, it reshuffles.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this about Kids Bop. My dad bought me a Kids Bop album because the commercial was cute. Little kids singing the songs that I know.
Had you lit, didn't it?
No, I hated that. I did not like Kids. I did not. I'm dead ass. My dad bought me a Kids Bop album, and I did not like the way it sounded.
I ain't never liked no kids.
I think about
like
my
never
favorite
had the
Kids
chance
Bop
to listen
song.
to it.
My favorite Kids Bop song is when they redid Diamonds by Rihanna. Now they ate that up. They ate that. I remember they came back when we was in high school. That's the only Kids Bop song I like.
But they don't be sounding good.
Me
They
and
don't.
your daughter, you ain't like that.
I did not like me and your daughter. No, I did not.
That girl that's on that Mariah Carey song.
No.
Maybe I was the only kid who would look up Legend of Zelda dubstep version of Ocarina of Time. Maybe I was the only kid who did that.
I didn't get into dubstep until like later in life. That's what I'm saying. Like because of how I grew up, my first I didn't start branching out into pop music for real until I got in like middle school. Like when Lady Gaga and Katy Perry came out, like that's when I started like branching into other music. And like even like I'm a big like rock fan, but I didn't really start listening to like Fall Out Boy and them until like middle school or whatever. But it was just because of the environment that I was in, like hanging out with my cousins. We watching 106 in Park, Rap City. I'm riding with my dad. We listening to 99 Jams, 97.7, and that's all they was playing.
See, and what Raisin Phoenix just said, now that radio is dead, I feel like that do play
Yeah,
part
that
into
is
it.
a good point.
That's what
Nicki just went through that with her song "Fuck the Club Up" because Billboard told her that if you put it on the radio, it'll be number one. The name of the song is "Fuck the Club Up." The chorus is "Fuck the Club Up." So she spent like weeks trying to figure out a clean version of that song to put on the radio. And I was like, "You see, that's your fault. You should have prepared for that." Like,
but the other thing that I would say is that because my dad does listen to the radio, and when I go home sometimes and ride in the car with him, the artists are making it harder. Like they be wanting to play these songs. They be wanting to play these songs on the radio, but the artists make it so hard
they make
for them
it hard
to make a clean version.
But that goes back to what Sage said earlier about how these lyrics are all up in your face. I'm gonna be real. It was just 2 years ago that I realized that Laffy Taffy wasn't about Laffy Taffy.
Oh my god,
Ryan!
I just feel like
it was just 3. It was
I
just
feel like some of
when I
your
blow my
experiences.
whistle baby. I didn't know. I thought it was real whistle.
I feel like some of your experiences growing up are very unique.
I hate that for you.
They are.
Because I knew what Left Hand was about when it dropped.
I did not know. I thought we was really talking about Laffy Taffy.
You really thought them grown ass men.
Girl, shake your Laffy Taffy.
Come on now. I would understand for the first week you just doing it because we lean with it, rock with it, for the first week. But like after like a couple listens, like, you really think he was singing "Girl Shake the We Shaking Candy"?
Even back then, keep in mind, regardless of my experience, y'all know I'm not much of a lyrical person. I hear a beat. So
that explains a lot about your music taste.
All I heard was the chorus. So I heard "Girl Shake That Laffy." I thought it was just some flexible Laffy Taffy, like the one in the Kids.
But 2 years ago, that was like, come on.
Because it's not like I've been bumping the song all my life.
You don't have to bump it, but come on.
Come on.
But Ryan, to your point,
lyrical analysis of it though.
But Ryan, to your point though, I guess it's one of the dislikes I should have brought up. But I hate that music it's become less lyrical now, especially the rap and hip hop genre. Like it's not about lyricism no more. It's about a catchy beat.
It's about a beat that can hop on TikTok right quick, and who gonna make a dance to it.
And I'm actually like a hip hop person. I actually listen to what the artist is saying in my ear. Like, of course, the beat gonna catch me, but if you saying something nice to me, you got me. And if the beat catch me, and you not saying nothing nice to me, aka sometimes Sauce Santana, Ice Spice, some of y'all that get on them beats with fire beats, and I listen to y'all not saying nothing to me. That really aggravates me because you could have gave that beat to somebody who was really gonna put some substance on that beat.
I would just say, Sage said it hasn't become less lyrical, but I would say I think it depends on who you listen to. And
But that's the thing. Who you listen to determines who they push out the most.
yeah,
Who you listen to. The reason Ice Spice is up in everybody's face, her team got the money to pay to get at these events. The folks at the events realize that they get a good payout from having her, and now they invite her back. Y'all on the fly tour to get up. That Ice Spice, y'all just keep listening to her. I listen to her a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
It's like one or two songs on this Spice of
if
that.
it's not Prince, that song that she featured on with Pink Panthers is not. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not too much Ice Spice. It's not too much Ice Spice. I'm listening to.
I mean, she
make
ate
me
that
laugh.
though.
She
You're
make
not
me
even the
laugh, bro.
fart. That
No.
means she's that.
Let me say this.
I think
You
she
I
did.
blame
think that I'm thick?
Antoine.
What?
I blame
Okay,
Antoine.
I did. Look,
Yo, we was listening. We was in the kitchen, and Antoine was on TikTok. I swear that Antoine scrolled through 8 TikToks, and all it was the same song. It was the same song.
but it was popular, so it kept popping up, and the beat was catching me, so I had to listen to it every time it
And
popped up.
although it's not lyrical, like delivery, cadence, flow, I feel like that matters. Cause like you think you the shit, bitch. It's like you pause.
You're not even
the fault. Like the delivery. I was like, okay, Ice Spice. That was funny. It was funny. It was a key. What they say, it was a key.
Here's
was
the
a
funny
key.
thing. To tie it back to something else we said, I think hip hop is becoming pop because now we listen to it for entertainment. We not listening to it to get a message and hear somebody's struggles.
She bouncing a little bit too hard. You was bouncing a bit. Your ass left the seat.
Ryan, don't let them do you. If you like Ice Spice, then stand on that.
I already said I liked it. I
Stand
said it
on
on Twitter.
business.
I said it on Twitter. I don't care. I already said I liked it. This ain't nothing new.
He hates Sexy Red though.
I hate Sexy Red.
But
They the same person.
I will say that last
person
video,
with different skin
They the
tones.
same person.
that last video, I'm not gonna lie, where Drake kissed her stomach and she had her friends around her. I was
Oh,
like,
that hurt you.
Heartwarming. This was heart. No, I said it was heartwarming.
Oh,
It was
okay.
ghetto as
Only 'cause
hell,
Drake-
but it was
only 'cause
heartwarming.
Drake was in it.
Yeah.
SZA was there too.
Not Susan was in too.
Not
He made me so sick.
She was
But
in
Brian,
there.
to the point you was finna make, and I was gonna say something when Sage commented earlier, but some people just don't want to hear that serious ass music all the time. I know I don't. I'm gonna just be honest. Me personally, I like music. It's 2 moods to me, really 3 moods. Bad bitch, dumb bitch. What that say?
That's his tweet that he said he liked that Ice Spice song.
Oh my god.
But I just feel
Not
like
receipts.
people just be wanting to be lit. Like sometimes we don't want to hear that they bombing people overseas, or sometimes we don't feel like hearing about how they got on water right now. Like we understand those are big issues, but right now, you think you the shit, bitch. You're not even the fart. That's what it's giving at this very moment.
But I think you could be lyrical and entertaining too.
You can, cause my girl, you see her back there. Y'all see her back there. She does it all the time. She just done it on her latest album. You can be very lyrical and entertaining, but I feel like some people don't got that skill. And Ice Spice, unfortunately, she can't be both. She can't be lyrical. I've seen songs where she's lyrical, but it wasn't really entertaining. So some people got it,
and
some people got it, some people don't.
Here's what I think: enough artists ain't got enough range either. Because
if
you want to be successful, you need to be able to be lyrical and talk about intense topics, but still produce something that's fun. I feel right now it's just the age of fun artists.
I think people just trying to get that quick bag.
They trying to get that quick 2 minutes. I'm telling you what they're doing. They trying to get that quick 2-minute song so somebody can go on TikTok and make a dance to it.
Drake don't do what.
I mean, I would say Drake makes music.
Be very lyrical.
Drake can be Drake's earlier days.
Yeah.
Drake was very lyrical, which is why Wayne picked him up. But I feel Drake can talk about really serious topics. He can talk about relatable topics. Not too much political, but they're more relatable. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. She ain't on her song talking about Siri and them. She talking about stuff that is relatable. Like being a mom, being married, shitting on bitches, having a lot of money, my titties big, they sit up, like stuff people can relate to. So I guess it's just what you want to listen to at the moment. Me personally, I'm not into real. Like they be spitting, but It just I don't know. I need something
And even when
that's
it
gonna
comes to
hold me together.
relatability, it's a little different now. Like even when you talk about struggles, yeah, we got to talk about stuff going over in the Middle East. Right now, the majority of struggles, like we don't got gang violence like we used to. Year over year, violence goes down in civilized nations like ours. Most people's struggles now is just being able to pay for food. You
Yeah,
know, and groceries being too high. It's only so many bars you
pay
can
for
talk about.
rent.
The broccoli too high. I told him buy it. Like there's not much you can rap about that.
Who said
He
that?
glad you're not a
I
rapper.
I made that up.
spice.
I
He
made
made
that
that up.
up.
He
That sounds
made
like
that
some
up.
Ice Spice
Yeah.
The
said.
broccoli too high. I told him
Wait,
buy
He
it.
trying to get
listen.
discovered.
If
Don't
you
switch
want to
your
become
day
rapper,
job.
Fred, I'll write for you. I'll write for you because that's not it, friend.
Don't
That's
switch
not
your
it.
day
Right.
job.
I'll let a ghostwriter write for me. We can split the proceeds.
And that's another thing we can talk about. I don't like that. Even though I did offer to write for you, I don't like, especially in rap and hip hop. There, if you have people write for you and you consider yourself a rapper, you are not a rapper. You cannot be
I
a rapper and say somebody wrote this song for me.
I don't feel like it matters anymore, and here's why. Here's why.
I don't like that.
Here's the reason I don't think it matters. Back in the day when rap originated, yeah, it was a lot of people who could relate to it and they cared about that. But now it's like most of the kids who's bumping this music, talking about drugs and everything, yeah, they grew up in the suburbs. They parents pay for them to go to private school. They don't care if that rapper didn't write his own lyrics. Why would they care? They ain't even lived that lifestyle. They just like enjoying it and listening to it. So it just don't matter much anymore.
Who was discrediting Ye? Who discredited Kanye?
But I feel like it should matter because I feel like the essence of being a rapper is telling your point of view and your story in your own words and making it witty, making it fun, making it funny, making it, captivating. And I feel like if you sitting on this record, spitting this song, these bars, this story that is not yours, like you can't, it just don't sit right in the. I just feel like that's just in the rap and hip hop category. Like, I feel like anywhere else, like having writers is welcome. But I feel like if you're gonna be a rapper, I just feel like you at least need to write some of your own stuff. Right?
That's
At
that's
least
that's,
write the
that's,
first
what,
verse.
that's what I was
why
gonna.
why can singers get the privilege? Why can Beyonce get a song by Neo?
Because
Cardi
with
can't get a bar from
singing,
Cardi. Why can't we
no,
do that?
singing and rapping is showcasing two different talents. Singing, you're showcasing your voice. How does your voice sound? Nobody's really paying attention to what you're saying, how you sound. Rapping is showcasing your lyrical ability, your skill to way to put things together, tell stories in a witty way. Again, getting your message across in your own words.
I think
That's
that's wrong.
what really.
I think that's wrong. With drill rap and everything now, a big part of rapping is how well you can ride a beat. Talk about Ice Spice as much as we want. She's trash, but even she can ride a beat pretty nicely.
I
And
do
now
like
being
her
able to
verse
catch
on Barbie World.
being able to catch a hook and everything else, that is highly favored and valued in rap now. It has evolved to where that does matter. The way you sound does matter.
Raising the
does,
Phoenix.
but
This is a Black History Month conversation. We would not
Talking
be
about Taylor
discussing
Swift
Taylor Swift.
and Dark Sage, I feel what you're saying. Plenty of rappers got writers in them, and I just feel like that's like I don't agree with that. Like I feel like if you're going to be a rapper, you need to write your own raps. Like the essence of rap is literally what do you hear, like what the person gets saying. So if I'm sitting here spitting a bar to you that's not mine, it's not going to hit the same.
But then
that didn't come from my brain.
But then we lose good songs, though. Here's the thing.
That's what
we lose good songs.
I won't say we necessarily lose good songs. Like, why would you say you lose good songs if you make rappers write their own raps?
What I was gonna say,
take away every song that Beyonce had get written from her off the radio and see how much you lose.
Beyonce not a rapper. She's not a rapper.
No, I know, but I'm saying take away all of her songs and now we treat her like a rapper. If we allow rappers to perform like singers, think of how many great songs come up on the rise. When you can give these rappers a good gangsta few bars with the great hooks and triple entendres and all that good stuff, and then you give it to a rapper who can deliver, that's a great song that comes to the audience and the consumer.
It does, but that just takes away from the essence of rap, though. If you're gonna do that, you might as well go sing with Beyonce and them. But people just, if you a rapper in here talking about all this gangster stuff in the studio, you ain't like that's not, you didn't write that. That's just like they talk about Drake. Like, and I know, Sage, I see you'll come. A lot of people, a lot of rappers have writers on their albums. As my girl in the bag, Nicki, I didn't like that she had a handful of writers on her latest album because I know what you can do without nobody else helping to write for you because you actually have talent as a rapper.
Can she though? I'm not
She's done it. She's done it.
She's
did it.
Still
doing it.
But But here's the thing. Here's why they get the writers. Someone like The
I just feel
Weeknd.
like it's a cop out.
It's not, but it's not though.
But is it a cop out on the sense of they're writing the
It's
whole
different
song,
if
or
we're
if,
all.
but
It's
if I
different if
help,
we
but
all
if I
sitting in the
help you,
room
but if I help you
and
with
I'm
a
writing
few
a song.
bars, if I
That's different. Now we sit in the room and y'all help me with a few bars. That's different. But if Portia, you send me a whole full song, chorus, first verse, second verse, pre-chorus, bridge, and I get in the studio and rap that like it's mine. That's not it because I didn't write that.
but
I didn't
I feel
have to
like that.
contribute to
But
that.
Who
I'm
said
just
you
saying
rap it like it's
sometimes.
yours when their name is on the album? If you look at the physical album, even though people don't buy them no more,
But I
they
feel
have
like
those engineers and
sometimes
writers
that
on there.
happens. But it's sometimes I feel like that does happen because of like the image, or they want somebody's sound. Like, here's the song.
But then at the same time, we got all these rappers that have writers that y'all sing, and nobody's owning up to that. Everybody write their own stuff now, but when you break up a ghostwriter, everybody just get up in arms about how they said Drake don't write his own stuff, and he got upset.
But here's the thing: that's a part of the market.
So it's either we gonna let them write or we not. We can't like say, okay, y'all can write on the back end, but let's pretend like we real rappers. And when we call you out for not writing your shit, we say, oh well, Beyonce doesn't write her songs, and Taylor Swift doesn't write her songs either. But Beyonce and Taylor Swift ain't rapping and telling you a poetic story, but in their own words about their own life.
But here's my thing: when it comes to art, some people just have a better image that lines up better with the images, that lines up better with their lyrics, and vice versa. At the end of the day, we still get good music. And I think most of the rappers that talk about ghostwriting, I would argue that they don't care. It's just a part of marketing because hip hop and rap is supposed to be deemed this competitive art and blah 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 blah.
It is. That's what rap and hip hop is. It's a very competitive art, and I feel like I hate that nowadays that people are taken away from that. Y'all making rap way too soft, and that's not what rap is. Like, if you can't handle the heat, don't get on that studio and try to rap.
Here's the thing: I support you when it comes to having rap beef and rapping at each other and everything else. But when it was taken too serious, folks was dying over it, and I don't like that. I don't like that part.
See, I don't agree with dying,
but that's what came when back in the day when we took it all so serious. When we said every bar should be serious, or you ain't gangster, I'ma test your gangster. Now I like it that we can just throw shots and say trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers and keep it pushing, and you go do your own thing and I go do my own thing after. Now the consumer's got a good album. That's a good result. Everybody's satisfied except for the purists, but the purists still buy the music too. I think that's a good outcome.
True.
Raising the people want dying over rap though. They were
Put the comment on the
show. That's what I'm saying. Is Sage like
each other out heavily. That's
like Sage like rap is like it's the rap being competitive. See, they go Antoine again. Y'all try to say it was me. Where he go? See what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like rap that's the essence of rap, like being competitive, trying to outdo your peers. Like that's like one of the main facets of rap. Like this ain't no play day when we get in this studio and rap. Like this real hardcore bars. Like I'm coming for you.
If we had that mindset, we'll never have features then. Why I got you on my song? I don't even F with you. Get out of here, all these great Lil Wayne features, all these great Nicki and Drake and Cardi features.
But how many rappers collaborate with people they don't like though? And that's the whole thing that be said with Nicki. She don't collaborate with none of these new girls. She don't like them. So I mean,
she cannot like them all she wants. There's probably people she didn't like that she did work with. You ever heard the phrase, I can work with somebody I don't like because we all about the money? All these rappers say it's all about the money anyway. You think every person...
what you said, but I feel like...
You think Lil Wayne was just best friends with Beyonce and them when he got on Soulja? You think... Then he's going a podcast saying he didn't even know he was on the song for real? And he was like, oh, I got Beyonce. Let me get like 15 seconds of some bars here. He ain't know them. Why I gotta like you to make a beat?
I don't think they dislike each other.
What are they talking about? I feel like it's just rap because they going crazy in these comments. I keep reading them, but I just feel like rap has gotten way too soft. Like even when two people start beefing, like it just get all out of hands. Like, oh my god, like why y'all beefing? Just like
I
that's
just
the part of like the rap culture, like the aggressiveness, the competitiveness. Like that's what gives it its oomph. Like if people went in the studio and didn't rap with that oomph, we would get these sorry ass songs.
I,
Like people wouldn't have that spark to get it. Like if we didn't have that, Megan would have went in the studio and made hits. And I just listened to his this morning. His is immaculate. But had she not had that spark of her competitiveness from her peers, she wouldn't have went in there and made that. Like we need that in rap. Like
I like here's the thing. I like competitiveness, but I feel like there's limits. If we're so competitive that we ain't doing good features anymore, we miss out on music. If we're so competitive that we don't believe in having ghostwriters, we still miss out on music. Drake could have had a ghostwriter when he wrote Back to Back. I don't care. That song went viral and it was fire. It was fire.
I just wish she would have used another example. Now that was specifically a diss track. He should have wrote that his damn self.
I don't care. Here's my thing.
That's just like me cussing you out using Portia words. Like Portia slapped me a note. He had cuss right out of this. Like what?
Tell him this. Say this.
Tell him this. Cuss him out, but say this. Like,
but every other genre, even other forms of entertainment, actors act out words written by a screenwriter. Comedians,
but I get what you're saying, Ryan, but it's all different though. It's all you making it seem like they do this so they can do this. It's all different. Rap, R&B, pop, none of that should merge together and be the same. We should normalize all these things being exactly the same because where's the uniqueness with rap? People like rap and hip hop because it's catchy, competitive. They'll get in the studio and talk their shit. They like pop because they can get in the club, fist pump, and jump around. They like R&B because it gets them in the mood, put them in their feelings. Like different genres does different things. So we start taking away those boundaries and be like, okay, well, since country doing this, then pop can do it too. It just takes away the uniqueness from each genre. So no, I don't feel like rappers should be out here getting songs from other people. Now, if you got somebody to help you write your song, that's different. But a full-fledged 3 minutes and 42-second song that you had no contribution to, I don't agree with that.
I could see you taking away their legitimacy, but when it comes to the product itself, I want whatever I want them to do whatever it do to deliver the product. If Partisan, because he was like the ghostwriter for a few folks, start writing for Ice Spice, man, Ice Spice would just start dropping some heat.
I think for King, it was more. For me, I think it was more serious when rap was more about telling us like your story. So it's like now, if you can't get in the booth and try to tell a story that's not yours, I think that's where the issue comes. And now, if you just rapping some random stuff, I mean, okay, do that, but don't get in there and talk about how you grew up on this gangster life or whatever it is, and you didn't even write that because that's not your story to tell.
My whole thing is, I feel like it was inevitable because a lot of people just ain't got the roughest stories anyway. We just saw, didn't Nicki just say that Future didn't even get drunk for real, and he was a lightweight, but he got all these songs about Dirty Sprite and everything else.
They been said that about Future.
But what I'm saying, no, Antoine's point, find something to rap about. Why, if you didn't live that lifestyle, why are you trying to make gangster rap songs like that?
But I feel like it goes back to the
rap point. About what you can rap about.
It goes back to the point of that. That's what the media is pushing.
And I feel like also like it's a cop out. I feel like as a rapper, that's a part of being a rapper, run your own stuff. Get somebody else to write your stuff and you just rapping. That's a cop out to me. Like you copping out, you being lazy. You're not showcasing your talents as an artist, as a rapper.
Well, let's
as an individual.
Well, let's discuss this though. Some people not in it for like to be true to be married to the music.
They're trying to get paid.
They're just trying to get the money.
Some people trying to get paid. Some people just trying to.
Then they're not
because if somebody delivered me some lyrics that I can write a beat to, I'm gonna get the bag too.
If all of y'all
they're entertainer,
go for me, I'm rapping it. If y'all think I could deliver it, I'm doing it.
But then you're not a rapper in that essence. You're not Ryan's a male rapper. Ryan is an entertainer. He does music. He's not a rapper because he wrote a rap a day in his life.
Call me what you want.
I was going to say, call me what you want as long as I get the money.
So I'm saying rappers, if you consider yourself a rap or a hip hop artist, you need to be contributing to your own music, to your own sound. Now, if you don't consider yourself a rapper and you don't want to get in that field and play then go have them do a whole writing camp, have them write you a couple songs, go and play, do that. But if you're gonna get in that ring and be a rapper with the rap culture, like I feel like we can't just jump in rap culture and try to change it. Oh, let's make rap culture less competitive. Let's make it less soft. Let's make it less gang. We can't do that. Just if you're gonna get in something, conform to what it is. Like that's just what the culture of rap is: competitive, hardcore, bar spitting. Might be gangster, it might be bad bitchery. That's just what it is. Ain't nobody hopping in country trying to change their sound. Or rock. Ain't nobody hopping in rock telling them to stop using guitars. Oh, you can't. I mean, it's just like that's just what rap is. And us people trying to dim it down and water it down. That's not. We get songs like you think you shit, beat you not even the fart, and people like it. See what we get from that. See what we get from when we water down hip hop. And now Ryan eating that up, and that ain't hitting on nothing. I said nothing in that song. But since hip hop is so watered down, they ate that up. Lotto's song that she dropped in response to that lyrically was harder than Ice Spice.
I said I like Lotto on this podcast. I said I love Lotto. But I would say I like what Dark Sage was saying. So how would you define a rapper, King? Like if you said, like if someone asked you, give me a definition for rapper, what is rapper?
A rapper to me is an artist
Linkin Park be
that
rapping.
can sit down. You said who?
Beyonce be rapping.
Linkin Park be rapping. They metal rap. It's a genre. They call it metal rap. That's what Linkin Park is. That what Linkin Park is. That band that I was telling y'all about, Sleep Theory. Look them up. I like they album. They metal. They be rapping. It's metal rap.
All right.
A rapper to me is someone, yes, who raps. You write your own, you help write or you contribute to the production of your own music. You tell your own stories. You have that competitive, that flame, that aggressiveness that a lot of rappers tend to have. Like City Girls are not female rappers, they're female entertainers. Now JT, separately, she's a rapper because JT has sat down and fully wrote 2 full songs that she's released to the public. Now she considers herself a rapper. She's even said it on her own mouth. Before, they weren't rappers, they were entertainers because they didn't really write their music. Now, she's a rap girl because she writes her own stuff. She tells her own stories. She speaks her mind poetically with her own words using her own pen. Yes, she might call Nicki up and say, girl, how this sound? And Nicki might say, oh, say this instead of this. But at the end of the day, JC still contributed to her body of work. So it's her that we're listening to, not Party to Fontaine that they wrote this song and sent through her. I
think it's just a difference of what makes it authentic and not.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, so your issue is just the fact that these rappers are claiming to be rappers. If they said, nah, my Ghost Rider Party, Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi wrote this for me, I'm just singing it, then you would be happy even if the song is good.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, that's entertaining. You know, we know you talking about this gangster shit, but you ain't writing. That's not your story. But I'm vibing with you because it's all right. You admit you're not no rapper. You admitted you stood on you having a ghostwriter. I have a problem with that. It's just the artists that don't stand on that. Like if that's what you do, stand on that. Your music's still nice, Ice Spice. Like we know them girls, Nicki, they help you write Barbie World. It was still a nice verse.
Sage,
ain't nobody taking that from you.
Sage said he looked it up. A rapper is a person who performs rap music.
Y'all should have been showing Raising the Phoenix's comments because I've been laughing at them.
Yes, you've been cutting up in this
She
chat.
has.
Who's Mike Sonoda?
I think Linkin Park.
I don't know the names. I just know they Linkin Park.
But Sage, answer your question. The last gangster rap album that I listened to, I don't listen to today's version of gangster rap. Today's version of gangster rap is NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk and them. And I don't like today's.
Oh yeah,
version.
he from Linkin Park. He from Linkin Park.
I miss T.I. and them and Young Jeezy, Gucci Mane, Migos type.
I like Gucci Mane.
Gangster rap. The new version of gangster rap, I can't get with that.
I listen to
Did Gucci Mane count as gangster rap or is trap synonymous with gangster rap?
Say said this.
I guess some people say trap and gangster rap is synonymous.
Because Gucci said, "Don't F with my kitchen. I be cooking it up."
Ryan, please.
Please, my goodness.
We gonna make a new segment where Ryan sits down and reads rap lyrics. You can't.
It should be me and King. It'd be me and King. It'd be our own individual segment.
No, we want you to sit here and read the lyrics from your favorite songs. We gonna
word for word.
This week we gonna be reading Lemonade by Gucci Mane.
Gimme yay. What the book say? Gimme yay. But nah, y'all, I've been liking this conversation so far. This has been nice. But yeah.
This latter half part is what they wanted.
That's what they wanted. They wanted the Discord.
Them views did go up. I'm looking at YouTube. Them views did go up. They like when we start hollering at each other.
They cussing each other out.
They hollering, girl. Tap in.
Hollering.
Ryan said the S word.
Y'all, Ryan cussed on this episode.
Ryan and them been cussing.
But Sage, I feel what you're saying though, and it comes to the point where we said earlier, all of it is relative. Like we all 4 but 5 of us might think gangster is differently. Because me, a gangster is just your random hood nigga that's selling dope and got his pistol under the seat and round with a expired tag and got 4 baby mamas and got her food stamp card.
That's very
swiping all her
like this is
right. Like, or a gangster to somebody could be just a black male from the hood. Like so, I feel like it's relative. Because some people say Young Boy and them make gangster music. Because that's today's version of a gangster.
I feel like 21 Savage is a gangster.
Ron,
okay,
please.
She fine. She sexy.
Yeah, I'm saying to Ryan, 21 Savage is a gangster. But to the 3 of us, we know 21 Savage grew up on tea and crumpets. We know he was Cheerio. You know, tea time.
Cheerio.
So I feel like it's all relative, though.
But hey, guys, so we touching 2 hours.
You must ain't got no more questions.
No, we got one more question. I want to get to the last question. I just want to go for our last question. I just want to go around the room. Everybody say one thing. What would you like to see from future projects in regards to Black representation, music culture, etc.?
I want Drake.
Write your own music. No, I'm just playing.
Do an album together.
You say you want who to do an album together?
Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick to do a group album together. I just want them to just do like at least 6 songs together.
So you want them to do like an EP?
Drake got to sing. Yeah. They gonna make him sing.
Put Drake on the hook. You might even could throw Future in there for a hook on one of them when Drake feel like rapping.
Now we mixing too many people.
But I want Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole to do like a combined EP or album, at least 6 to 12 songs, something like that.
I agree with Sage. I just don't think that's gonna come out well.
I think it could be fine.
I don't think I fuck with Drake. I don't think Drake is gonna be able to keep up on a whole EP.
That's why I say
now,
he gotta
sing. On a song or two.
That's why he gotta sing.
On a song or two, but when it comes to rapping a whole EP, he might not be able to keep up.
Even if he do that, even if he only rapping like 2 of the songs, but the other 4 he just do the hook and the chorus or whatever. I'm cool with that.
I understand that them your favorite rappers rhyme, but they ain't got to be.
Some people just don't mesh.
I like Beyonce and Rihanna too, but I don't want to see them on no song together.
Yeah, it won't even sound right.
But I agree with Raising the Phoenix. I would like to see more Black people in rock. What it's gonna take. I'm sorry to say it. But when the Renaissance Act 3 come out and it's a rock album from Beyonce, it's coming, and we going through the roof.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't do that because they're gonna try to discredit Tina Turner because Tina Turner been doing rock and roll. That's her whole niche. Her whole shit is rock and roll. So we've been in there, but we just, I guess now. Yeah, I can say my person that I like, I guess you could call her rock, is Willow Smith. I like some of her songs. I like the way her voice sounds on some of her songs. Would you consider Willow Smith rock? Alternative rock, punk rock, something like that?
Yeah.
I ain't know she's still making music aside from that Whip My Hair Back and Forth song.
Say said he wants to see some good women rappers to be real.
We got Lotto.
Lotto be a hit. Now, if I was to go, because I feel where Sage is coming from, because a lot of these female rappers that are out here are entertainers. But if I had,
but it's a lot of,
but But I feel like there are some that stand out.
They're just
There
not
are
real
some.
big.
Did Sage say Lotto the only good female rapper? Sage don't do that.
Lotto go
I
hard.
can name
Lotto go
3
hard.
female rappers that's better than Lotto.
I like Flo Milli. Flo Milli.
Flo Milli is one of them that can probably rap circles around Lotto.
She just started getting main. She just started being mainstream though.
They said all
Yeah.
they do is show cheeks.
Yeah.
And see, in Sage, now I'm finna get you around ass because somebody else said that on the Young Money Live. Y'all, and they listen to the child
Oh,
massage list.
Boogie.
Y'all let me listen to these women for real.
Boogie should have
That
been here
just
for
show
part two.
that just shows me how misogynistic and sexist y'all men can be. That you see a woman rapping, the first thing you look at is her ass. I know she's shaking, but can you listen to what she's saying?
I think it's also part of
Even
the
if you
industry.
Lotto
don't,
ain't gotta
even
shake
if you
hers.
don't
No,
watch,
Lotto ain't gotta shake hers for us to hear her though. She ain't gotta.
but what I'm
shake
saying,
hers.
even when you don't watch videos, like, are y'all listening to what some of these women are saying to y'all? Like, in my opinion, women rap better than men. In my wholehearted
No,
opinion,
here's
women can rap better than men.
here's
Hey
what I think.
friends.
I
Hey
feel like there
friends.
are a lot of bad male rappers. It's
She
just there
said,
are
"Y'all need
so
to
many
wrap
good
this
ones
up."
that that's why we still assign good rapper category to men. I feel like these trash female rappers are no different than the trash male rappers from SoundCloud and all of them. It's just we had a lot of good male rappers.
It's cheeks.
He said it's
That's
cheeks.
it's
Saying the
getting
cheeks out
misogynistic because
here.
I feel like it's a lot.
That's what we
I feel
had.
like it's a
I
lot
don't
of
think
female rappers
We had
that
a booty
can.
clapper.
It's a lot of female rappers that are rap circles around these males, like Megan Thee
Well,
Stallion. I give Lotto, Doja Cat, Flo Milli, Doechii, Tierra Whack, Cupcake, Erica Banks. I ain't even gonna say Nicki
for a lot
Minaj.
of
We
them, that's
already
how you
know what
get
she
the
can
that for
do.
a lot of them, that's how you get the attention the
but I
fastest.
just feel like some of them just mainstream though. And I think that's where the issue is coming in. That it's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of them breaking the ceiling yet. Like even like
I stand on that, Sage.
I love Meg wholeheartedly, but I don't think she's broke that ceiling yet. She
I just feel
can.
like she can't, but I just feel like people not listening. Because if y'all listen to what these women are saying, y'all will know
But
some of
I'm
these women are hard, and they just
but that's all I'm trying to say is that it's going back to like some people just they not pushing. Like Flo Milli's been making hella music, but she just touched Billboard with Never Lose
mhm.
Me, and that is not the best song on her
That is not one of
discography.
her best. It's a nice song, but Never Lose Me.
But
And
that's all I'm saying. But that's all I'm saying though.
But that goes
but
back to it
say to
again.
your
Like you
point
got to
though,
have something that the people like. I mean, you might be able to rap, but it's like a lot of people can't just sit in their car and rap along to what you're saying. So I think you got to have something that's catchy that people can sing along to, and I think that's what's going to like hit the mainstream the fastest. That's probably why that song of hers went as big as it did.
Yeah.
Say that all the reach it got you looking like Mr.
now the list you just gave says my favorite female rapper that out rap 2 of them niggas on that list you just list. She's out rap 2 of them. So that alone, and then she's just one person. I don't know about the
I
other
just
2,
feel
but she's
like
out rap Jay Z and Nas,
but I feel
and I
like
can pull up the receipts on that. Wrap their ass up with a bow and set them on the shelf. Was like, here go y'all man bag.
he said.
So you saying Sage Nicki did out rap Jay Z, your
Okay,
monster?
all
And
So
then
you
right.
they
gonna
put
sit
on
here
Hey,
and
heat.
lie like
hey,
You gotta
that?
say you gotta share
no.
stage. You gotta share stage comments so the audience when they watch the recording they know Gavin argued.
So you gonna say that she didn't eat Jay Z up on that song?
Yo,
Not rap.
no, Ferguson McDonald's. Wait, yo, okay.
She ate him up. She ate him.
They was
Antoine, do you
probably
have
wrapping
something you
burgers
would
at
like to see
McDonald's.
from the future?
um,
Let's wrap this
She
up.
I would say just more the southern artists coming up again. That more of that feel good music that we used to. I know we on that Jersey beats and stuff right now, and that's cool and all, but I'm waiting for the southern folks to come back on top. You know,
yeah. Save it. I'm gonna let you have it. Drake, that man told that girl to write that verse because it was too hard. Ye even said that in many interviews himself. He made her write it because it was too hard. And
I
when he
think all she
realized
did.
that she couldn't dumb it down, he had no choice. He said it out his mouth that he wasn't even gonna put that girl on his album.
If I said industries that I would like to see more black, I mean genres I like to see black people in, the way that we utilize beats and all of these different producers and stuff with the rise of anime and all these different television shows that are going popular, I like to see us making soundtracks.
Please.
I would like with the Black Panther soundtrack, like that really like was like that one thing where we was like, oh, this is a industry we could dominate in. I want more Black people to start engineering
You
music
talking
for
about the
these
first?
soundtracks
You
and
talking
stuff.
about the first album? Because the second album
The
was
first,
shit.
I didn't even like the second movie. The first one.
Well,
Yes.
I would say that and what Metro Boomin did with that Spider-Man album.
Yeah.
that was,
I want to see more of that, and I wanted to expand into like more movies. You know, I like anime. I would love to see like an anime soundtrack by a good producer / music engineer. I would love to see that.
yeah, I know them Asian people don't like us colors for real. So it would be nice, but you know they on the ride. You know they don't like us. Don't sit in our face.
No, I'm looking at you for saying coloreds. That's basically like the N word for silencer. Like you just said it. That's what I got mad
I would
at.
like to see that though. If I was to watch an anime and 21 Savage was in the intro, even though I don't fool with 21 Savage, I'd be
I
lit
mean,
because
in the
I think
game
I chew with those
industry too.
sandwich.
I would like to see more in the game industry too, because what Mortal Kombat 11 did with that promo drop with that 21 Savage song.
Oh, that Spiral song that he dropped, I'd put that on my playlist instantly too.
That was nice.
Or what they did with Knuckles and Knuckles Few Bub.
Yeah,
that was nice.
It was hilarious, but yeah, it was nice.
Why are we talking about Blueface in the comments? What's going
Let's
on?
stop.
Ryan said,
She raising the
Darcy
penis.
said, Ryan, you know, Jodeci had a song as the ending of JoJo's.
Ignore that one. Ignore it, because he trying to make me watch JoJo's. I don't want to watch it. Go to the other comments.
She said Blueface, period. Bust down Tatiana.
Please. What's that? What's that? The Blueface and Funny Marco interview when he said name 3 of my songs. He said Bust It Down Tatiana. Bust It Down Tatiana remix.
No, I seen the argument. They was arguing Blueface versus Soulja Boy in the verses, and they was really on Twitter arguing about that.
That's so crazy.
Soulja Boy watched Blueface.
Soulja Boy tell Blueface so bad.
I see why Soulja Boy be
watch-
mad all the time.
Soulja Boy watched Bow Wow.
Swag on, pretty boy swag. Soulja Boy eating that up.
Come on
Soulja
now.
Boy
He
eating
gonna
that
play
up.
Bust Down
Rico.
Tatiana 5 times.
Yeah.
This the remix with Cardi B. Now this the remix with
This the Nicki Minaj freestyle.
No, it's not. This got Cardi B on it.
Soulja Boy tearing Blueface up. Y'all need to leave Soulja alone.
Hey, he pull out Whoop
He did it
Rico,
first.
pass it to A-Rap. All he gotta do is play Dom.
Whoop Rico, whoop Rico.
Look.
And that's it, because we gonna whoop Rico.
Shootout is a dance.
Look, he did the whole beat to one of Lil Wayne songs from I'm Not a Human Being too, that Wowzer song and a few others, I think.
Yeah.
But to answer Food's question, not an answer, what I would like to see is Black people continue to break barriers and make good music. One thing I can say, no matter whether you write your own stuff, whether you don't, whether you sing, rap, us as a community can produce some really good music, some really good ear food. So that's what I'm really looking forward to see what everybody got up their sleeves for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I agree with all of you guys. I would love to see us keep breaking boundaries and space out into these different genres. And just really because I feel like as a community, we are very creative in everything that we do and what we can put spins on and what we can integrate our culture into. So
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely waiting for what we do next and, you know, what we evolve into. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But before I wrap, just to officially end our music conversation, we talked about a lot of our music tastes, who we listen to, as far as our opinions throughout this discussion. We have dropped our winter 2024 music playlist. You can find the graphics, you know, what everybody has on their playlist through our social media platforms. For Spotify listeners, the link in our link trees, the link to our Spotify playlist is in there. So if you want to listen to these songs, we have a mix of R&B, hip hop, pop. I put some pop rock, alt rock on mine. So if you listening to dive into what we listen to, the music we consume, and how we form these opinions, make sure you check that out. As always, So one, thank you, Ron, Antoine, and King for joining me on another episode of the Blerd Mob podcast, as well as our final episode of our Black History Month celebration. And with that, thank you to everybody who has watched or participated in the episodes. If this is your first time listening to one of our Black History episodes, I highly recommend you go back and watch or listen to the previous 3. If you've been here for all 4 episodes, thank you for participating in the conversation, sharing your opinions, and also being open to what we had to say. And shout out to Sage and Raising the Phoenix in this episode and previous episodes for challenging our opinions, wanting us to explain more, and really just letting us have this conversation with you guys and having this discourse. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. So like Sage said, we are going to be going back into our regular episode situation. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod, on Twitter at the Blerd Mob, and Facebook and TikTok at the Blerd Mob Podcast, so you can keep up with the mob. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can know when the next time we go live or post the episode. If you're watching us on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button so you can know the next time we are going live. And if you're watching this on Facebook Live, make sure you share this video, like the page. Check out our link tree, linktr.ee/the Blerd Mob Pod releases. You'll find our recently released episodes.
I thought you was throwing gang signs. I saw your fingers move too much.
I was trying to make a heart. They let me do the thumbs up, but they don't let me do the heart.
Y'all done? All right. on this link tree, you can find what I just mentioned, our winter 2024 music playlist, as well as the bracket selection poll for our Pixar versus DreamWorks tournament. So if you haven't voted, make sure you tap in and vote. And if you're feeling oh so generous, send us a donation on Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/the Blerd Mob Podcast. We got a couple more comments. Raising the Phoenix said, yay, this was fun. The Dark Sage said, this was great.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it.
Thank y'all for doing this and being consistent with it. Sage said, can't wait to see what's happening in March. Versus Tuesday tournament for sure. So make sure you subscribe, follow, and make sure you stay up to date, because once we start ripping and running, ain't no stopping.
I'm letting y'all know now I'm the referee in this tournament. I have no side. I love everybody when it comes to this next tournament. I love everybody involved.
I love us.
Everybody involved. I love everybody. I'm only the referee in this tournament. I'm not picking no side. I'm not picking no movie. I love everything. All of it encompasses my childhood, so I can't pick. Oh, so now he don't trust me. Okay.
He's secure.
I'm gonna be neutral. I'm just here to give the laughs and the vibes.
He just here for the vibes. But with all that you got, say it, Ron. I seen you slide into that microphone.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Oh, I seen you do a little slide like you was finna say something.
Go on, wrap it up, Ryan.
Okay, I ain't mean to bust you out. I just didn't want to interrupt you. I looked like you was finna say something. My bad. Friends will be lost. We gonna see. But here we go, y'all. And with all that being said, this is the mob checking out. Happy Black History Month. Peace.
Hands up. If you loving where you at, stand 10 toes down. Sure, they ain't no looking mad. You can let them haters hate when they asking where I'm smiling. I just tell them life's great. Like gravy. If you loving where you at, stand 10 toes down. Sure, they ain't no looking mad. You can let